Good evening. We begin our coverage of this season's Carabao Cup with an all-championship first-round tie between Birmingham City and Sheffield United. The Blues are still buzzing after a record-breaking season in League One, and after a few years in the doldrums, the Brady bunch are building something pretty special here at St Andrews.
Tom Brady, the former quarterback, has become a part owner of Birmingham City.
I'm a fan of sports.
Things like this don't happen to Birmingham City.
We don't believe it. It's not a publicity stunt.
That's what the Brady bunch came to see.
Things have happened fast and furious.
Wayne Rooney, appointed manager of Birmingham City.
I want to be successful.
Rooney's team beaten again. Birmingham City are relegated.
Birmingham City have appointed a new manager, Chris Davis.
Target number one, promotion. What an unbelievable start! Birmingham City into the lead. Get the party started. Promotion incoming. Birmingham are back. The best team in the division.
It was a season to remember for Birmingham, and life back in the second tier almost got off to the perfect start. But late equaliser for Ipswich denied the Blues all the points in the Championship opener on Friday night. As for Sheffield United, it's been a summer of change at Bramall Lane after they agonisingly missed out on promotion to the Premier League with defeat in the playoff final. Chris Wilder left the club. His replacement, Ruben Selles, suffered a heavy 4-1 home defeat against Bristol City in his opening game as manager on Saturday. Kick-off at St Andrews coming up in half an hour. Good evening. Delighted to have you with us and delighted to be in the company of the manager of Birmingham City, Chris Davis, and we'll speak to Chris in a second. Matt Upson played for Birmingham with great distinction. Michael Brown for Sheffield United as well. Chris, thank you for your time just ahead of kick-off. Friday night was a tremendous occasion here, wasn't it? Great atmosphere. What did the performance and the whole evening make you think your team is capable of this season?
Well, it was really encouraging. I think it was a little bit of an unknown going into a new league against a top side like Ipswich, so we wanted to really prove that we could compete first and foremost, and I think we certainly did that. I was really encouraged by almost everything that we did. We just dropped off a little bit towards the end and conceded a penalty and an equaliser, but there was a lot of encouraging stuff in there that we'll take forward.
Yeah, Matt, what would you say to Chris about what's possible here? You played here.
Yeah, well, I'm interested to know your thoughts on the kind of culture of the club, because when I played here, it felt like the crowd enjoyed a good tackle as much as a good piece of skill or a goal. As a manager, do you actually factor that, and do you think about how we're going to play and how we're going to utilise this fantastic crowd?
Definitely, I think Birmingham is that. You know, we're a working class club, aggressive fan base, and you know, we try and create a hostile atmosphere here. You've seen it yourself as a player, and I think it's the same as Sheffield United really in many ways, and I think I try and incorporate that into my thinking with the way we play. We don't try and be too precise and pretty with everything. You know, we have to be aggressive. Pressing's a big part of that for us. If we press well, it gets the crowd up, we unsettle the opposition, and that's where you see this place at its best.
Chris, we all know what the backstory is with Birmingham. We just showed it in the opener about, those who are involved with the club now. But the plans going forward are really exciting, aren't they? What do they say, not just about Birmingham City, but about the whole sporting infrastructure of what this city of Birmingham could be in a couple of years' time?
Yeah, I mean, the plans are incredible, what is proposed to take place, and, the owners have got a huge ambition. That was one of the attractions for me coming to the club. They've got a clear vision of where they want to take this club, and like you say, a city like Birmingham could really benefit from that. So it's exciting times. Obviously, my job is to focus on the here and now. We have to earn every point that we get, every win we get, and that's what I'm focused on. One
more, because I know you're a busy man tonight. 6 changes tonight. Just talk us through, as we have a look at your team, what your thoughts are heading into this Carabao Cup tie.
Yeah, so I think in terms of the team selection, it's a case of considering a few factors: freshness, energy levels. We had a game on Friday, we've got another game on the weekend. The next game's the most important game, so we've got to go for this game. Some players deserve an opportunity, some players are better in rhythm, so you consider all these things and you end up with a team.
So you just like put them in a hat and pull them out there? Sounds like a lot of thought's gone into it, and it is always a difficult game, isn't it? Because as a coach, you want to maintain that rhythm and momentum that players love, don't they? But also, like you said, players need matches, and you want people to really fight for their place in the team.
Yeah, I think the mantra for me, I've said since I've been here, the next game is the most important one. It's tonight. I think in football, if you think too far ahead, you're going to trip up. So we have to go for it tonight. We've got players that deserve an opportunity that are going to play, but our objective is to get through to the next round. We're playing against a really good team as well. You know, that's why it's obviously potentially the pick of the round, because of the two teams that are competing against each other tonight.
Chris, great to have you with us. Thank you very much. We appreciate your company. Sorry, Michael, I'll come to you then with your Sheffield United hat on as well, as Chris goes off to finish his last team talk. You had this situation as well when you were at Bramall Lane, losing a playoff final. We all talk about the hangover. Is it a reality for a football club?
I think it is a reality, because you're within touching distance of that trophy, where you've wanted to be. I think the extended season as well, then the hangover, as you say, the disappointment, players leaving, there's obviously a massive turnaround, and then there's a short window, and also we've had a manager change here, so it must have been a very, very strange summer. And it does take time to get going, to build all what you've done again. It's like that bubble bursting, but now these players have got to find a way of doing it. They're a little bit light, we know that as well, which is not helping the situation.
You can't leave it too late, can you? You can't say in the middle of October, OK, we feel better now, let's go, because, you know, like a horse race, the leaders might be too far out in front.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate one, isn't it? I think they know that as well, and certain players in the dressing room are not to get frustrated if the start's slow. For instance, the poor performance in the first game. You've got to get that out of the way. You've got looking at this. I think the hardest one is this sort of game where there's lots of changes rather than the same team getting back at it in the league to try and put it right. But there's some good characters here, but you do feel the change and the switch is going to take some time.
10 changes then. Only Callum O'Hare played in the home defeat against Bristol City. We heard Chris Davis saying the sort of things that go through a manager's mind. To change all but one of the players, what does that say about Ruben Sellés, do you think?
I think obviously he's mentioned as well with the 1 day less. Maybe if it was yesterday, he might have possibly changed a couple more. He's not afraid to make those decisions. He might have been tempted to keep a similar team and a little bit stronger after the result they had, but he's got to find a formula, he's got to find a way, and he's got to trust his methods and his players to go forward.
Are you surprised? I mean, you know what it's like as a player when you lose that first game. It's so important just to get going, especially with a new manager and a lot of new players, just to keep hammering that message of the shape and the style and the things that they wanted to work on from Saturday.
Oh, we are surprised.
That'd be ideal tonight to kind of do
you're
that.
looking in to put it right and to get positivity straight away. As a manager going in, that's the last result you want at home, isn't it? To concede the amount of goals they did, and they want a reaction. And then you're lucky, you sort of say, well, we're changing the amount we are. It's going to be difficult. And I do feel like he'll probably think that could be the case today. But you've just got to look at the positive, you've got to look at the bigger picture going forward, and that's what he's chose to do.
Absolutely, to kickstart things now. OK, when we return, we'll hear from Chris Davis's opposite number then. Ruben Sellés, the Sheffield United manager, will be demanding a much improved performance after that opening day defeat. And we'll bring you news of the draw of the second round of the Carabao Cup.
When daily dust gets in the way, it's time for Flash!
Dust Magnet!
Effective on 100% of dust, it works like a powerful magnet to trap and lock dust, even in those hard-to-reach places. With the dust-locking power of Flash Dust Magnet, it's game over for dust! Flash Dust Magnet, back to clean in a flash.
The Mazda CX-30, our compact and stylish SUV, available with 0% APR representative when ordered before the 30th of September 2025 and a 6-year Mazda warranty. Search Mazda.
That's very impressive, Angela.
Oh, my smart meter display. Oh, yes, thanks to my smart meter, my energy company rewards me when I move my energy use to off-peak times. That's when I do the laundry. I do the gardening off-peak too.
Oh, so it pays to be flexible, Angela.
It all helps, Albert.
Get rewarded for using energy flexibly, only with a smart meter.
Wow. Direct Line has just sent a replacement TV. That's how it's done.
If only promotions were done like that.
Can I have a promotion?
Yes.
Could I have your office?
Sure.
I'd need an assistant.
Of course.
And a pony.
Can I get you anything, Susie?
See them out, please, Marcus. You should probably go too.
Direct line. That's how it's done. No sign of him yet, Money Super 7? Had such high hopes for you tonight.
High hopes? That's him!
Go, go, go. Let's give him what he deserves.
Your rewards from Money Supermarket. You're gonna love them. Welcome to the Super Save Club.
She's your next. Break a leg.
See how much you could save today with Money Supermarket.
New Dove Men Plus Care.
Yes!
New Dove Men Plus Care helps neutralise odour-causing bacteria that thrive on stress sweat.
Yes! There you are.
Upgrade to 72-hour protection with new Dove Men Plus Care.
Getting ready? 45 minutes. Doing this? 3 seconds flat. When life plays dirty, water wipes. Water wipes. Pure clean, happy skin.
Football's ultimate elimination game just got bigger. Pick a team each week to stay in the game, and you could win a guaranteed share of £500,000. If you're the final one standing. Play Final One Standing for free at William Hill.
Ah, the Thatcher's family farm. Making cider with nothing but love. And skills. Keeping quality up. Perfection. In safe hands.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the draw for the second round, which took place a little bit earlier. Still in southern and northern sections at this stage. And the 11 Premier League sides not in Europe enter the competition at this stage. OK, so Wolves against West Ham leaps out from there as Bournemouth against Brentford, another all-Premier Leagues tie. And Bromley, their reward for beating Ipswich is a home tie against Wycombe Wanderers. So that's the southern section. And in the north, the winners here tonight will be at home to Port Vale. Bolton or Sheffield Wednesday against Leeds United. And the last name out of the hat was Manchester United. And they go to Grimsby Town in the second round. That's later on in August. Ruben Sellers, though, won't be looking any further than tonight's match, especially after that heavy defeat at the hands of Bristol City at the weekend. Let's hear from the New Blades boss. Here he is with Gabriel Clark.
Ruben, good to see you. When you heard the round one Carabao Cup draw and away tie at Birmingham, what did you think?
Well, I think it's a really good challenge for us, a really good opponent, just promoted to the league, but obviously have been very many years with good players, good managers, so very interesting challenge for us.
Yeah, it was interesting to see you on Saturday, chatting to the players after the game on the pitch. How do you reflect on that and what needs to be better tonight?
Well, the chat on the pitch was not intentional. It was more about keeping everyone together. We have that mentality that we don't want to feel those moments alone, and when we need to do it together. And we know we were not good enough on Saturday, and it was just to start to build something after that defeat, and start to look forward and start to go into the next game like today and the preparation.
Yeah, 10 changes tonight. I know you want to see certain players. Ukaki up front in particular making his debut. How exciting might he be?
Well, he has done a good pre-season. He has been growing with the team. He's a very intense player, good one against one, and then we need to see in a competition like today. So he deserves his opportunity as any other player that has been working hard during the pre-season, and hopefully he will have a good game today.
What needs to be better for your team against this particular challenge? You've known Birmingham last season, you saw what they did to League One and their strength.
Well, I think it's a different competition for them, and I said it's a slightly different team than what they did last year. I think some of the things are more or less the same, trying to have the to be a team that is good in possession, trying to find the situations in the center of the pitch, with some very exciting players in the top. And we need first of all to control them in our defensive moment, and then we need to try to hurt them in our offensive moment, having a good organization behind the ball.
And if there's a key quality in a Ruben Celes team you want first tonight, what is it?
Well, let's see. Yeah, I just want to see a team that is performing as a team, and it was performing really well, and giving it a try and try to qualify as hard as we can, being very, very competitive.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Michael, whenever a manager talks to his players on the pitch, we all go, oh, Phil Brown alert. What's he doing? How do you... Now, Phil Brown did that at half-time, to be fair. This was at full-time. How do you interpret what he did at Bramall Lane at the weekend?
Well, as soon as I seen it, I was working on the game, live coverage, and then he stood there in the middle, and you can see everybody lighting up as if to say this is a huge talking point from a new manager going in there. But what he said, it wasn't planned. He's given that information out. But what is the detail? Only them players know in that circle, whether he was digging people out, whether he was saying we stick together, what are the key factors. I think that's important as a player, how you take that from what he said. But ultimately, he needed to find something from his side. They weren't really good enough on the day. They obviously conceded far too many opportunities, and 1v1 situations have been counter-attacked. It's a message. Where does he go from here now? I think it puts him under a little bit of pressure, although it's ridiculous at this early point.
The problem with that, though, of course, Matt, is that some people say that's absolutely fine, but just do it in the dressing room. Why do you need to do it there?
Good question. And I think as a coach, whenever you do that, and it doesn't look like a total dressing down, does it? You can tell by the facial expression, body language. He's making some points, but you always run the risk, don't you, of it not going down well or having a different feeling or effect for the player because it's public, because it looks like that. And I think that's the risk you take as a coach when you do that. I mean, he said it wasn't planned, so sometimes you're in the moment, aren't you? And you're so caught up in the game, and he just wants to get his point across.
He's in it, but it is one of those. We've got to... Yeah. Obviously, because of the amount of goals they conceded, it's going to be really, really highlighted. But now it's about how he reacts going forward the next few weeks.
And the way that Sheffield United have reacted to the summer is to bring him in. Chris Wilder's left, and they've gone very heavy on data. Do you sense a complete shift in the way that Sheffield United are being run?
Well, I think you look at that straight away. There was a decision made. I think possibly they were looking for that recruitment side. They probably, obviously as organised that they were, have obviously had some for the Premier League and some for the Championship already ready to go. But ultimately they weren't getting pushed away, and you feel like that change was coming. They wanted to go in a different direction rather than a manager possibly having a big say on a lot of the players. Data driven is really the important message here, that they want to try and drive, and they felt like this was the manager who can cope best with this situation.
I mean, surely it's a combination of the two, isn't it? You know, your ideal balance, the clubs that do it best. Of course they use data. They have to kind of narrow the pool of players that they're looking at, but then there's a certain football instinct, isn't there? That only a head coach knows how he wants to play, what the personalities he wants. You can't get numbers for that. You know, you have to see it with your eyes and you feel it.
Data can't tell you what someone's like when you're 2-0 down at home.
It's the all-round, isn't it? It's the all-round situation, the dressing room and the balance. I think that's the point. You might have some great players at this, but no leaders in this particular division. That's the one.
So, you know, it's a calculated gamble, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, you know, that football definitely goes in that direction because it opens it up, the parameters up for a lot of other input. You don't have to be in that football world to really, you know, analyse the numbers, and that's really helpful. But then I just think you need that football feel or eye to know, like you say, when the chips are down, where's the data to know that he's going to stand up and be counted, or you know, to play at a club like this which has quite a ferocious culture, you need to have that edge about you, and those things are hard to tell from numbers.
Absolutely, you need the personalities. Well, if you're heading to St Andrews this season, you will notice a brand new bronze statue that's been unveiled in honour of the great Trevor Francis, who passed away 2 years ago. Former Birmingham and England striker, scored 133 goals here before becoming Britain's first £1 million player. It was a lot of money, I promise you then, when he went to Nottingham Forest. He managed this club for 5 years as well, and his legacy at St Andrews lives on.
Pre-treat, pre-soak, post-soak.
When did getting your clothes clean become such hard work? All that scrubbing and lemons and all those products. Really? But there's another way. The big one, new from Ariel, has built-in pre-treaters for double stain and odour removal. So it's just one and you're done. Where's the hard work in that? The big one, new from Ariel. Always keep away from children.
Great result.
Thanks, Peter. Coming up, we have league action live on Friday night, followed by 3 more games live on Saturday, then 2 more massive games live on Sunday. And don't forget, league action live on Monday night. Then it's over to Europe for the big one, live on Tuesday. Then the even bigger one, live on Wednesday. Then it's the other European...
Sometimes a break isn't a bad idea. So, if ever you want to take time out from betting, use Paddy Power's Take a Break tool to pause your account. Paddy Power.
Gus could try to sell his car privately. Or get it sold today with We Buy Any Car. He could spend days on end trying to sell to a bunch of time wasters. Or sell at a flash and earn major dad points at the pool. Big fail? Or big splash? To get a quote in 30 seconds, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
What makes going back to school with Nutmeg at Morrison's feel smart?
Come on, we're going to be late. 3, 2, 1, cheese.
Is that whatever age you're buying, you pay the same price. Whether it's polo shirts, pinafores, trousers, or even socks.
Morrison's to shop at Morrison's.
Find me somebody to love.
Amy?
Yeah?
What's that fancy bed for?
What, that? That's Sleep Match. It's analysing their bodies and unique sleep positions.
What? Shut the side drawer.
I'm serious. It works out exactly what they need for the best night's sleep.
Nah, can't get my headboard round it.
Then, it matches them with the perfect mattress.
It's me. I can feel it in my springs.
Dreams. Let us find you a bed that loves you back.
Thanks, Dad.
Don't worry, I got you. Pull out.
That's life. I got this, Dad. That's what
There's a car.
people say. You're riding high in the road.
You can go.
Down on me. You know I'm gonna change.
Good job.
That too. Oh, watch out, Dad. I said that's life.
Not everyone gets this. Last minute winners, promotion in slow motion. No 2 weekends the same. Crushed crumbs of hope, glimmers of light and long shot dreams. Flailing limbs and absolute scenes. Not for everyone. For the fans. Sky Bet.
Can a Lenore bed get any fresher?
No way.
Let's find out. They're trying the Lenore Dream Team.
Oh, it's mega fresh.
Way more. The Lenore Dream Team with 10 times the freshness ingredients. Lenore conditioner plus Lenore scent boosters gives an off-the-scale freshness.
Gotta try this out.
OMG.
Can I keep them? The Lenore Dream Team, 10 times the freshness ingredients.
Still here.
Never leaving.
Well, away we go. He's in the championship.
It's awesome.
It's a little bit of Hollywood.
He has done it! Let the entertainment begin.
After 3 successive promotions, Saturday represents Wrexham's first home game in the second tier for 43 years. Join us midday, ITV1 and STV for the latest chapter in Wrexham's Hollywood story as they welcome West Bromwich Albion to the racecourse ground. But tonight our focus is on the Carabao Cup. This season marks 65 years of this historic competition, and the EFL is honouring the previous winners by designing a special badge. Birmingham's will feature the number 2 to represent both their 1963 triumph, beating Aston Villa, their rivals, to lift their first major domestic trophy, and their famous defeat of Arsenal in 2011 in the final at Wembley, one of the great upsets. Wembley feels a long way away, but as ever at the beginning of the season in August, a great sense of anticipation around football grounds. Now, Matt is still with us because Michael's literally gone up the ladder. It's one of the more precarious commentary points in English football. We will speak to Michael. You want to pick out, though, Matt, as we sit here, Jack Robinson, the Sheffield United captain.
Yeah, I think Robinson has got a lot of work to do tonight. He's coming into a team with wholesale changes. He's the experienced head. He's the centre-back. I really like him as a player. He's committed. He's aggressive. And I think that kind of fight and his voice is going to be so important with players making their debut, young players coming into the team, and he's going to really need to be a leader tonight. I think he has that characteristic naturally, so I think it will come to him. He's quite a dominant person, but I think Jack Robinson is going to have to play well tonight.
Michael, up the ladder, what do you say about Jack Robinson?
Well, it's a long way up, we've made it, but it's all good, you know. We can make just it out fit enough to do it. But, you know, with Jack Robinson, what he is exactly what you see. He's a leader, he's a winner, he wants to go through the wall for you, he'll do everything. He really is a manager's dream. He will question mark things, he will ask questions. There's been a little bit of a thought that there's been a slight disagreement in things, but he's certainly one you want to keep, who will organise this new group, get them in line and get them in the right direction. So important to keep him.
And from a Birmingham point of view, Matt, who are you looking forward to watching?
Yeah, well, I really like Mark Leonard in midfield, and he's come in tonight. I mean, he's finding it very hard to get the starting position because Chris Davies really favours Paik and Iwata as that pair in the heart of the Birmingham midfield, which are crucial to the way they play. They get after the ball, they apply a lot of pressure. But I watched him play against Newcastle here in the FA Cup, Leonard, and he was outstanding. He was everywhere. He was tenacious in the tackle, winning second balls, moving it quickly. He had a really strong game. And I think that he'll feel really disappointed that he's not started the season. But this competition, certainly at this stage of the season, as Chris Davies alluded to earlier, it's a great opportunity for players just on the fringe to really assert their authority and stamp a claim for a starting position in the team.
I just referred there to Birmingham's famous win in 2011 when you played in a semi-final here against them for West Ham.
Yeah.
You've been on the right side of the atmosphere, and on the other side, they can really get going here, can't
they? Really can. You almost have to play to it. As a club and as a coach, it really does get lively at St Andrews. It's not a place I think away fans particularly enjoy coming, and they really do get the atmosphere going.
Yeah, it's Wembley a long way away, but for Birmingham City there are so many things to dream about. The team's heading out here at St Andrews, the Pyrotechnics doing their thing. Time for a quick break before kick-off between the Blues and the Blades in a couple of moments' time.
This summer, we've made dreams come true. We've given away cash, cars and luxurious holidays, and we've sent winners to the Football and Love Island finals. But keep dreaming, because summer's not over yet. ITV Win is still giving away loads of amazing prizes, including cars, holidays and cash, all worth over £400,000. To be in with a chance of winning, simply go to itv.com/win today. ITV Win. Don't just sit there, win there.
Such a good day. It's such a good day. Such a good day. Such a good day.
Dacia Spring, 100% electric. The UK's most affordable electric car.
So we're all set here at St Andrews, Birmingham City hosting Sheffield United in the first round of the Carabao Cup. Now just a reminder, no replays and no extra time at this stage either in the Carabao Cup. So if it's level after 90 minutes, we are straight to penalties. Let's go back up the ladder then. Michael Brown, and first, good evening, Sam Matterface.
Good evening, Mark, and good evening, everyone. A tale of two teams, two cities with two very different feelings after the weekend. The tight turnaround leads to a lot of rotation, 6 changes for Birmingham. Kyogo leads the line after a fine debut. Damari Gray back at the club after 10 years away, also starts for the second time in quick succession. There's first starts for loan signings Doyle, Cashin and goalkeeper Beadle. Well, Blades will want to get back on track as quick as possible. Out go 10 of those who lost to Bristol City. New signing Jibril Samare comes into midfield. He's seen as a possible heir to Vinny Souza, so important last season, but who left in the summer. Ryan One and Louis Marsh have the chance to press their case. Jack Robinson, the captain, returns to stiffen the defence that conceded 4 on opening day. Gavin Wald is our referee. No VAR, doesn't come into the Carabao Cup until the semi-final stage, but we have a great atmosphere inside St Andrews, a very different place to a few years ago. There was a raucous atmosphere here on Friday night, and those who have made the journey certainly making their presence felt. They like to put on a show, as does the Carabao Cup. We had 301 goals last season in this competition. We had 70 just last night, and that doesn't even include the drama of penalty kicks. Michael Brown is alongside me, ready for the drama, strapped in up here on the roof at St Andrews. What are you expecting?
I think what we're looking at as well, with all the changes, Birmingham going to continue with that high press, that quick sort of style, putting in behind and putting you under pressure, not giving you a moment. And that's what's going to happen, but we'll soon see how it settles down in an advanced role for this guy. He's going to be able to get forward and show what he can do. Doyle.
Tommy Doyle's got a strong connection with Sheffield United, having played on loan for them in a promotion season whilst at Manchester City. Now on loan from Wolverhampton Wanderers and making his first start in Birmingham Blue. Christophe Claret wearing the captain's armband tonight. And a big threat from set pieces. Doyle's delivery into that near post, and Kyogo got right across that front area and it outfoxed everybody in red and white.
Well, you see it flash across the court, aren't they, on that front post? Nobody there. Almost embarrassed there with a good quality, well worked. Should do better.
It's a well-worked set-piece routine straight off the training ground from Birmingham City. Kyogo, who was denied on Friday night, has had a really good chance early in this game too. And he thought he put Birmingham City in front in the first half against Ipswich Town in the season opener, only to have an inconvenient whistle stop him in his tracks.
He'll be disappointed there with this start. It's a great opportunity. You can't believe at this level that there's a gap that they've seen and they've worked on. Let's see if the setup's different. And there's another one, I'm sure it will be.
I was going to say to you that Sheffield United will certainly want a better start than they got on Saturday. They conceded after just 4 minutes and 18 seconds at the weekend. Well, they conceded a big chance inside 2 minutes here.
Again, set-piece wise as well, that free kick. At times you can't do things about conceding, it's how you react. And they did that. They controlled, moved the ball around, got level. And it wasn't meant to be. They kept getting counter-attacked, and it's just something. You're going to have to be much better. You know this Birmingham side will ask questions.
Cochrane sending the ball towards Doyle. Thrown away by Samare. It's come back again, and Robinson's had to deal with it. A bit loose in midfield, given away. Williamson. It's a foul by O'Hare. He's the only one who's kept his place from Friday night. There's Chris Davis. He was a little frustrated with the amount of time that Ipswich were taking over restarts and felt some of the decisions went against them. The 95th minute penalty decision, I think, was the headline. A disallowed goal too.
I won't ask you to talk about that because the debate's been long and ongoing.
Cochrane and Doyle standing over this set piece. Cochrane looking for Clara at the far post. The header away was by debutant Samare. One of 3 debutants in the Sheffield United team tonight. Shashnauskis and Eji Akaki. Birmingham so good with the ball, Michael, when they're at 40. They can strangle you with possession, can't they?
Yeah, they can. They're not afraid to take it. Whether it's from the back, there's some build-up. They've got pace, they have an energy about them and a drive.
Akaki's given the ball away and Gray has set up Kyogo. He's not going to be denied this time. And for the second time in 2 games, Sheffield United have conceded inside the first 5 minutes. And it's a real gift. Damari Gay with the touch to set up Kyogo. But the ambitious and energetic pass back to Davis caused the problems. And Sheffield United have been undone. It's the first goal in Birmingham blue for Kyogo Furuhashi.
Well, you talk about possession. You said they were going to be put under pressure with high tempo. You know it's coming. You've got to make sure. You talked about debuts. You talk about doing the right things, being a little bit cautious, a little bit nervous. When you're under so much pressure, turn away. Take it the line. Be safe early on in the game, not to concede. It's a very, very poor mistake. Simple tap-in. Full credit to Gray pushing all the way. It doesn't get easier.
Well, 2 debutants were involved there. Young Eji Ukaki with the ball down the left-hand side, which went to Dovdash Shashnauskis. His ball across to Adam Davis didn't reach. Damari Gray did, and certainly Kyogo Furuhashi did. Another expensive addition to the Birmingham team, and another expensive gift given away by Ruben Sayes' team. Here's Damari Gray. Iwata trying to force the ball down the right-hand side. Laird says he knows what he was trying to do, just didn't quite come off on that occasion. Here's Beadle, so successful for the England under-21s in the summer. Williamson, away by Jack Robinson. And we're going to need his presence, I think, throughout the course of the evening.
I think that sort of clearance told the story, didn't it? I'm not going to take a chance, a bit of frustration. He's got to be cool, he's got to lead. But there's this misconception now of younger players, and players must always try and play out. But when you're under pressure early, under that press, be safe, make sure. Just turn out, you didn't have to do that. Now it's real uphill battle for Sheffield United.
They struggled without the ball, I think, on Saturday night. The structure so well honed by Chris Wilder wasn't as secure, and they were picked off at will. They dominated a lot of possession, but possession isn't everything.
I think it's the key, but you're open, aren't you, to have that possession, but just make sure you keep the ball. And the way they got caught out was when they were open and they lose poor possession. Fluid to the eye, they're good like this.
Yep, they're trying to get into their stride here. And it's an effort which is over the top from Ukaki. It was well set up by Louis Marsh.
Yeah, it's good play. Keep going, give and go. Just manages to get it into his stride. But this is what I like, pushing it straight, looking for goal. Really nice technique. Tries to curl it into that corner.
Aside from Bulgarian football, Eji Kaki, 20 years of age. He's played in big games before. He scored in the Bulgarian Cup final. His first exposure to English football tonight. Adam Davis is the Sheffield United goalkeeper. Only played once since January. Cashin. Couldn't find Kyogo. Samare just caught on the ball by Williamson. From Tom Cannon. He was brought in at the end of the winter window to try and fire them into the Premier League. He had a great spell at Stoke City in the first half of last season, but only managed one goal since joining Sheffield United. Ironically, that was live on ITV against Burnley, so maybe we're his good luck charm.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. But do you know what? You could see he started to get frustrated. He started to snatch at a few. It wasn't as comfortable. He could have set opponents up possibly. He took the strikes on and it just didn't work. But now it's a new season. He's got to make sure he leads the line. He's got to have a good game, you feel, this evening.
Tyrese Campbell often is the first choice striker and was top scorer last year, on the bench tonight. Cannon trying to stake a claim. Cashin. And then he gets it back to his goalkeeper. O'Hare applies the pressure. Birmingham get out of the press. Laird gets the return from Leonard. McCallum steps across. Samare. Lukaku. Cochran was very quick to put him under pressure.
Interesting to see how he gets on. Lukaku gets the ball, you know, he wants to run the line, use that pace. I wonder if Cochran's going tight. That's what you want, isn't it? Straight away, to show that you're going to show intent.
Samara, that should be Adam Davis's ball. Oh no, beaten to it by Laird. McCallum. Christoph Clara, the captain, who's been promoted in each of the last 2 seasons, will be hoping it's third time lucky. To win the ball back, and Tommy Doyle getting them back in to possession, and they do cherish the ball, don't they? It's the Chris Davis plan. Many times that they would strangle teams last season in possession rather than blow them away. They've already got in front here, and that always makes it more and more difficult for opponents. Is already apparent.
I did guess that there may be a little bit of contact coming once Kyogo doesn't move out the way. But the official feels like it was too strong.
He's the first one to go into the referee's notebook. A yellow card for captain Jack Robinson. can see there he's not entirely happy. And you get the feeling that he's not entirely happy, full stop. I know that he was not involved at the weekend from the start because of an injury that was reported, but there have been one or two whispers that he's not entirely settled.
I think that's normal though, isn't it? If there's interest from somewhere else, or there's a new manager, new system, a setup, everybody's always looking to see what possibly could be out there. But you know what he feels, he does certainly be one of those who you would keep in the building. This type of frustration in this game now is something that he doesn't need to get involved in.
He wears his heart on his sleeve, that's for sure, and actually he's quite happy to speak his mind. And if you are a lip reader and you picked up any industrial language, then we do apologise. Beadle gets it back again. Goes longer this time. Robinson gets there ahead of Kyogo. It's a little bit loose. Given away by Sam Curtis, and then helped forward by Williamson, who felt he was illegally stopped by Jibril Samare. Gavin Ward didn't.
This is exactly the area. Holding midfield players, loose on the ball. As he drives through, it's a big challenge. Really positive, well-timed.
It was impressive, and it was so important last year when they had Vinny Souza giving them protection. He was sold earlier in the window for £12 million to Wolfsburg. There was a bit of concern about the ability to replace him. Certainly they looked like they had a Vinny Souza hole in the team at the weekend. Samare might just be that guy. That's certainly the hope. He was playing in Portuguese football last year at Nacional. And if you look at the data, he is in the Vinny Souza mode. O'Hare didn't look at his wing mirrors, and Damari Gray pinched it, and Doyle helped it on. Kyogo. Williamson, strong running. It's Williamson, well blocked by Sam Curtis, who covered the ground well.
Just a little bit fragile in the counter-attack. There's the one for Sheffield United. Good recovery runs on this occasion.
Cochrane with a throw. It's a longer one, which is aimed towards Clara, who helps it on, and Kyogo is there again. And it's still alive before Davis ends up pushing it clear, but it was and always looked as if there was going to be an offside flag against Ethan Laird.
And defensively, first contacts, that overload on the back post is far too many, not enough red and white shirts close enough.
What are you thinking here? They've got their routines right, Birmingham, or Sheffield United haven't got theirs set up?
They've been in the stride for a long time. They know the system, they know what they need to do. It's only a couple here or there. This is the point with all the changes. Sheffield United, new structure, new players. You can see it's disjointed. And when you lose a goal, it's even worse.
It's always going to be interesting to see how Sheffield United react to losing last year's playoff final. They've changed the manager, they've changed the recruitment process over the course of the last 12 months. Chris Wilder visibly distraught after that game at Wembley. And they have gone in a different direction with Ruben Selles, and it will take a little bit of time. Chris Davis had to come in and change the way that Birmingham operated. He's lifted the club, and certainly they look as if they're well equipped for the step up into the Championship. On loan Brighton man Cashin to Cochrane, the go-to man at left back last season.
They look comfortable, don't they? They look like they have the right distances, the setup is there. Talk about the manager, you must be thinking, it's not bad, this managerial stuff, is it? The run he's had. He might have to lose a couple of games. Will he adapt? Will he change? You mentioned that in the pre-match build-up about changing and being able to adapt.
Well, he's learnt from some big characters. He worked with Ange Postecoglou, he worked with Brendan Rodgers for a long time, Chris Davis. Ruben Sellés has been around the block a little bit. Dismissed by Hull and Southampton after a sort of caretaker spell when they were falling out of the Premier League a couple of years ago. And he did a good job at Reading in difficult circumstances.
I think that's what we have to understand. He's a workaholic, he's on the grass constantly, he wants to coach, he wants to develop. No, he's very, very organised, but you also need a group of people being able to do it and a time to be able to adapt and change.
Curtis. Samari. This is McCallum. Might be a little bit more comfortable with a little spell of possession here, Sheffield United.
I think they need that, Sam, but it's just a case of where they're going to go. Birmingham will say, OK, let's play in front of us, we'll wait, then we'll jump on top like this.
They have been vulnerable in transition in the opening game and a bit. Samari Gray pulled down by Ukaki. If these teams want to be in the top 6 conversation at the end of the season. Birmingham set a new English record last campaign as they blazed through League One. And they're certainly not going to be satisfied being also-rans. Sheffield United certainly want to react to that playoff heartbreak where they were 14 minutes away from a return to the Premier League. I hope that's not a sliding doors moment. Going to have to get their set-piece defending right if they are to be in that conversation. Cochrane's ball. Clara with a header. Wasn't too far away. Christophe Clara again. First contact from the set piece, and Sheffield United look vulnerable.
Yeah, just that line waiting to drop. You've got to make sure. You just see there waiting, a little nudge, a bit of power, directs it wide.
And back again, this time by Iwata. McCallum forward. Cannon. Catching straight in there. Hungry, determined. Started the game so sharply, Birmingham.
Yeah, Cashion will want to set the tone, he'll want to play, he's not afraid for diagonal passes, getting on the ball, making things happen, comfortable. It's going to be his defending as well. There's one of those switches that he likes to try.
Samari. Harassed and chased by Leonard, who wasn't as clean with his tackle, but the referees allowed Sheffield United to play the advantage. O'Hare. Now McCallum. Marsh sends it wide. This is One. And it's run loose inside the box after a nasty deflection, but Cannon couldn't beat Beadle.
Yeah, good play. Tries to deliver the early ball with pace. Strange situation. Cannon quick in and around it, but he's just waiting, isn't he, for his opportunity.
Ruben Sellés not happy at all, bellowing at the fourth official. taking charge of his 5th League Cup tie tonight. 3 of the previous 4 have gone to penalties. I think he'd take that right now.
I think that's that fight, determination. Fans will be looking to see what he's like. He's getting to know his personality, his demands. He didn't like that.
Mukaki. Back in recovery. There's a little kick out from Mukaki.
I think that's the one for me, Joe, for the officials. Just let it go, wait a second, and the ball can keep circulating. We know there's contact. I'm just trying to draw Sheffield United on now. Composed, in possession, this Birmingham side. Just waiting for somebody to commit.
And they feel comfortable enough with the ball at their feet to be able to take this sort of risk. Robinson away. Kaki helps it on. Cannon chase it. Clara manages to steer it clear. Samare involved in a right old battle with Tommy Doyle. And his header. No one really to attack that. Interesting season for Ryan One. Played on the left a bit in pre-season, impressed in front of goal during the summer as well. He certainly impressed in front of goal in the first couple of matches. The goal that was disallowed on Friday night was an absolute stunner. He hasn't really had a sniff yet.
I think he was close to getting a start. We weren't sure of the fitness of Louis Barry, but he didn't make that grade. He is pushing, he's getting closer.
Both Kyogo Furuhashi and Tom Cannon acquired for a similar sort of price, really. Cannon 10 million from Leicester in the winter window. Kyogo signed from Rennes after an ill-fated 6-month period in France.
It'll be interesting how they use Kyogo. You know, sometimes he drifts in and out of the game. He's not always that focal point, but he's clever, plays on the shoulders and just waits for chances.
Doyle's cross, it's a good one. Damari Gray was attacking it and Curtis did well enough to steer it clear. Williamson keeping it alive. O'Hare on the break. Mukaki couldn't find a teammate, but there was a little bit of a collision over on that far side and Cochrane is going to be penalised.
We talk about opportunities, early deliveries. Am I right to say he's learnt that on a certain training ground on the right-hand side with a Kevin De Bruyne-like? And maybe giving him a little bit too much there.
Birmingham dominating possession so far in the game. More shots. They've got the goal that's given them the lead. The only shot on target in the match. Interesting to see the number of touches they've had in the opposition box as well compared to Sheffield United. Certainly it's not been a great start for Ruben Sayers' team. Iwata. This is Tommy Doyle. We're going to float that one into the box. Williamson was trying to get across Robinson, who did well. Did get a little bit of contact from Williamson. Doesn't mind being in the wars, Jack Robinson.
And you know what? He'll get up, he'll carry on wherever he possibly can. We're just having a look. The ball coming across, Brave, just gets caught on the back of his head. Good defending.
Good touch by Kyogo. Doyle into Gray. Happy to run at the Sheffield United defence, and he unsettled them. And he closed in to stop the ball from reaching Kyogo. A strong challenge by Laird. Chris Davis is not convinced.
It's the one with the pass, just waiting. Seen, haven't we, the aggression of both full-backs. I think the referees see that now. Of any contact towards the back, they go safe with it. You see the Birmingham manager wasn't pleased.
You'd have got penalised a couple of times for tackles like that, wouldn't you?
Play on, I just keep saying play on.
Curtis colliding with Cockrell over on the far side. Just felt that he'd overstretched it a little bit, Curtis, and Cochrane asking for a free kick. Trying to take the temperature down.
He's at full speed, and then he's very late. Maybe some people might say he's fortunate.
I don't think you could say play on for that one, Michael.
I think he might have got away with that.
A little bit lucky not to be the second Sheffield United defender to go into the referee's notebook. Away by Sosnowskis. Immediately Birmingham on the front foot. Doyle trying to keep it in here, and you can be able to. It was interesting that during the game on Friday night, after they had scored the goal, they went into protection mode a little bit, Birmingham City, and they haven't done that here.
Yeah, Sosnowskis is just trying to feel his way. It's a huge mistake, isn't it? This type of game, you know, we talk about early in the season, you have to take the safe option.
He was sharp though, wasn't he, Damari Gray?
But you know it's coming. We watched them, we've seen the clips, didn't we? We've seen what Birmingham do. That's exactly what they did to Ipswich. Didn't give them a second, put them on the back foot. Talked about in the build-up, we knew it was coming, the manager highlighted it.
Threading that ball into Doyle. And he's away, and so is Williamson. He's got Kyogo in support. Damari Gray at the back post. It's Damari Gray. And it's cleared away by Callum O'Hare, helping out his defence. It's another good Birmingham move. A bit risky from Marsh. Birmingham putting the squeeze on again. Kyogo getting towards that back post this time, and it travels a really long way. Sosnowskis didn't touch it. Damari Gray goes for the near post. And it's all Birmingham at the moment. Sheffield United struggling to stem the flow. The right ball, just maybe slightly over-egged. Tugged down by Kyogo. As soon as the ball goes back to Sasnauskas now, Tommy Doyle is on him in a flash, isn't he? Just putting him under pressure, testing his resolve.
And he plays out under pressure.
It's clear that he's got talent. He's certainly very well thought of, which is why he's been involved for so long at Sheffield United. They brought him in last pre-season, actually. Got him integrated into the first team, and he's very much a part of pre-season this time around too. Well, what a season we've got coming up for you in the Carabao Cup and in the Championship on ITV. We've got Carabao Cup highlights, 8:15 Thursday night, ITV4 and ITVX. That's tomorrow night. And then on Saturday, Wrexham against West Bromwich Albion. Noon, ITV1 and STV, live from the Championship. And we've got quite a few fixtures coming up over the next few weeks. A spicy Southampton-Portsmouth South Coast derby. That's 14th of September. Ipswich, Norwich, the Old Farm. Sunday the 5th of October. The Steel City derby, which Michael will have an interest in. Scored in one of those, didn't you, in the League Cup?
Just a couple.
This is getting a little bit spicy too. Samare just having a few words in the ear of the former on loan Sheffield United player Tommy Doyle.
Goes tight, and you get another look at it. It's nasty, right on the back. That ankle, Achilles area, and they could be really, really sore. Very, very poor tackle, that's for certain.
Look, he's got a bit of a reputation actually from Portuguese football of a player who can give away the odd foul and get himself into a little bit of trouble. He was on the books of Braga for a while. He certainly upset Tommy Doyle, and you can understand why.
You can, but does the official know? Does he see it? You know, is he too far away? He's got to be right on top of that type of challenge.
Well, Gavin Ward, the referee, wasn't too far away from it. Emily Carney, who is the assistant over on that far side, was probably the closest official to it. Might just been the wrong side for her. Didn't look great once we saw the replay. Ona going for a curler, and Clara was a little bit fortunate that that didn't end up in his own net. Just tried to steer that one away from danger and almost made it worse.
And as he checks inside, tries that bender right into the far corner. I think the goalkeeper's all the way with it. This is sometimes the look you get. He's just diverted, but for Claire over the top.
A little bit of pushing and shoving inside the penalty area. Cochrane's involved. William Robinson in a train along with Samare and Sasnauskas. To the near post this time, and Cashin is there to steer it away from danger. It's McCallum straight back in, and well caught by Beadle. I'm disappointed that no one attacked that.
Well, it's about the delivery. You could see straight away that the run was central. You talked about the players all in the line. The ball was right into the area on the front post. And the next one, everyone's coming out. He could have done it first time and gets it wrong.
Hold of the ball a little bit more in the last few minutes, Sheffield United, but yet to really cause too many problems for James Beadle in the Birmingham goal.
It's
always going to be a game that ebbed and flowed, and it's a good measure for Birmingham City. Starting with a game against Ipswich and the second match in this competition against a team that were so close to getting promoted last season. Well, one by Iwata. It's Kyogo. That's a missed opportunity. Well, Marsh was robbed. He fed Kyogo did Iwata after winning the ball, and maybe that should have been 2-0.
Yeah, when you get another look at it as well, the straight pass, he doesn't have any idea what's behind him. There it is there. He's under pressure. From there on, win it. He's got to do better, hasn't he? He's got to go far post. But then you talk about organisation, build-up, Sheffield United conceding goals in the first game. That straight pass, there's nowhere really to go. That's the next step for Sheffield United to improve on.
Williamson, it's no different that McCallum and Robinson has had to come to the rescue. Laird. Still going, Ethan Laird. Trying to set the ball back for Damari Gray. Well, he might not have caught it cleanly. There was another chance for Birmingham City, who might feel a little bit hard done by, but their advantage is only 1-0.
I think one thing we've seen straight away from dead balls, they do it quickly, throwing it, putting it in behind. As the ball comes across, he tries to pivot. But the intensity, the threat is too much at times for Sheffield United, and they should have done better.
Damari Gray's last Birmingham City goal was nearly 10 years ago, a 2-0 win at Leeds. 6 Prime Ministers and 4 different Premier League champions since then. Oh dear. Kyogo's robbed Sosnowskis, and he's steaming away. This for 2. Has collided with Adam Davis and just delayed the shot. Great opportunity for Birmingham City. He could have had a hat-trick by now. Mistake by Sosnowskis, pounced upon by Kyogo. He didn't have the composure to find the finish. What do you think, Michael? He had the header in the first minute, and then the 2 chances just now. He could have had 4.
He could have quite easily. The pressure, the intensity, look, he does well. Poor defending, but this, he's got a long time to think about it. What's he doing? He's waiting, is he going to drag it round? Davis stays tall, stays up, and he tries to dink it. He gets it all wrong, tries to be too clever. And surrounding defenders, but in those situations, that way you put the game out of reach.
He managed 10 goals in 22 Scottish Premiership games before he went off to France in January last year. He could already have put Birmingham City into the second round with the number of chances that he's had tonight.
We're seeing Laird now sneaking up high. He's got him once and behind us, McCallum. The build-up's good. He's lined it.
Off it goes to Laird. Williamson. Iwata encouraged to shoot. Here's Tommy Doyle. Trying to send it down the side for Cochrane. Save, comes back to Ethan Laird, and it's blocked by McCallum. It's another let-off for Sheffield United. And now they go on the counter-attack. Gray trying to get back. Lukaku speeding away. Lukaku trying to get the better of Damari Gray, whose challenge, well-timed, well-executed. And he rescues Birmingham City. And he gets a clap above the head from Chris Davis, his manager, who appreciates the work rate. You're going to need that.
I think he had one from all around.
One. Cannon. It takes a deflection, hits the post. And from a position where Birmingham City should be out of sight, they could have been pulled back level.
Well, how things change so quickly. He turns, he's positive. A little bit of a deflection, possibly. His cannon's off the post, but how do Birmingham not have more goals and give Sheffield United this opportunity?
Arguably, it's a little bit similar to Friday night's game when they should have been outside against Ipswich. Didn't put the game to bed and ended up conceding late on. And they won't want to be in the same situation tonight. Cannon trying to get clear again. Cash in this time. Lukaku with another late challenge over on that far side. And it won't be long before the referee reaches for his pocket and produces a yellow card. He's been a little bit eager.
It's difficult as well with the officials to find the balance of understanding players are just getting going, what is something to punish. Was he too strong in the challenge? But here it is, we get that look now. Just takes that deflection, goalkeeper looking and waiting, tries to recover. But the flip, the change when there's only one goal in it.
One minute of added time at the end of the first 45. A bit of work to do at half-time, I think, for Ruben Sayers, just to refocus his team. Runners up this time. Get Carabao in the second round. Robinson. This is McCallum, and that's the last action of the first 45. Well, the last team to beat Birmingham City here were Champions League Newcastle United. That was back in February, so it was always going to be tricky for Sheffield United. And thanks to Kyogo Furuhashi, they are 45 minutes away from back-to-back defeats at the start of the season. It should be by a bigger margin, but Tom Cannon almost dragged them back in right at the stroke of half-time, where it is Birmingham City 1, Sheffield United 0.
Feel the difference with that fresh blade feeling that lasts time after time after time. Gillette Labs, our best ever razor, with up to 30 smooth shaves per cartridge. For skin everyone wants to touch. Gillette, the best a man can get.
The badge on the bonnet. When you're up against the established badges, you have to earn it. You have everything to prove. Prove the form, inspirational design and styling. Prove the function, 7 all-terrain driving modes. Prove the range, a super hybrid system with over 700 miles driving. When you get the car, you get the badge. That's on us. JQ.
Ladies and gentlemen, Britain hasn't been so great of late because the country hasn't been eating enough Weetabix.
Makes sense. I've been eating croissants.
To whoever's in charge of fixing potholes, VAR, and drivers who park like this, we must say, have you had your Weetabix?
Making something truly original isn't easy, but finding it is. Special starts on Etsy.
I've heard of fast fashion, but have you heard of the fastest fashion around? Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. They're the quickest, easiest footwear I've ever worn. Just step in and they're on. There's no bending down and no touching my shoes. It's fast fashion that I can fully support. Go hands-free with Skechers slip-ins.
OK, we know this isn't your dog. If this were your dog, he'd want you to know he was upset with you last night when you were watching TV at full volume. You didn't hear him whining, and he was devastated. All he wanted was tummy rubs and for you to get a hearing test. Book a free test today at bootshearingcare.com. And now that you can hear him, he's one happy pup.
If you won't do it for you, do it for them. For a limited time only, save up to £300 with our free technology upgrade.
I have a life too, Bill. Who had the calamari? It was for the table. I didn't eat any calamari, so I'm not paying for any calamari. What are you, 7? That's for crumpets, sweetheart.
Our relationship with money is formed from a young age. That's why our expert team is here, to help you take control of your money today. Barclays, make money work for you.
Find me somebody to love. Amy?
Yeah?
What's that fancy bed for?
What, that? That's Sleep Match. It's analysing their bodies and unique sleep positions.
What? Shut the side drawer.
I'm serious. It works out exactly what they need for the best night's sleep.
Nah, can't get my headboard round it.
Then, it matches them with the perfect mattress.
It's me. I can feel it in my springs.
Dreams. Let us find you a bed that loves you back. There are things in life that you love, but your dentures shouldn't get in your way. With new Fixodent Ultimate, you get a food barrier that helps prevent your favorite food from getting under the denture. Stronger hold to keep following your passions. And a comfort that lasts all day. Fixodent. Life with more bite.
It's the first goal in Birmingham blue for Kyogo Furuhashi. Sheffield United have been undone.
1-0 to Birmingham. Kyogo could actually have had a hat-trick in the first half. Birmingham are clearly the better team. What's impressed you about them today?
Yeah, I just think they'll be disappointed they're not more goals up. They've really had the chances. They've looked like a well-oiled outfit, haven't they? We spoke before the game about how long Chris Davis has been at the club and what he's been doing, and that shows on the pitch against a team that has had a new manager, different group of players. You can tell between the two teams that there's quite a big difference in terms of the game plan and fluidity of the play.
A little bit of experience in the Birmingham team as well, which is encapsulated by Damari Gray, who was so important for the first goal.
Yeah, I mean, he's got real poise and quality, hasn't he? He's experienced, he's played at a high level. I mean, what I love here is that he reads it. You can say it's a mistake, it is a mistake. The centre-back tries to roll it back. He wants the goalkeeper to play it first time. So he takes the pace off it, almost to be kind to the goalkeeper, but he hasn't realised that Gray's just gambled. And he gambles with real intent, real aggression, and that's a lovely little flick and awareness to see Kyogo just to tap that one in the easiest finish he can have.
When we see the next replays, there are two things going on here, which is Sheffield United being very sloppy in possession, and Kyogo being very inefficient in front of goal.
Yes, I mean, I think that he's really shown that he gets in those scenarios. But if you're going to be the type of player that Kyogo is, you're going to have to take these chances. You're going to have to, really finish everything that comes your way. That one, he was sold a little bit short. Again, another misplaced pass from Sheffield United, who, in these situations, have just given the ball away time and time again. But
here's
this one
the first of them.
Yeah, snatches at it, doesn't he? That's a calm head. That's just to guide that ball, pass it into the corner. This one almost, for me, is a little bit harder, just because of the time. I mean, he gets so much time to think about it. You speak to any striker, not many of them like time. They just like that instinctive finish, don't they? So that will add a little bit more to think about.
But if there is a problem for Birmingham, we saw it on Friday night, for all their good play, at the moment they're not converting those many opportunities that they're making. That's the bit I think Chris Davis will be saying in the changing room now, won't he? It's great what you're doing, but at this level you need, and we saw it on Friday, you need to start converting these more often.
The foundation of the game's great, isn't it? But those chances have to be taken.
And the late chance for Sheffield United will make them realise we're only 1-0 up, anything can happen. And Tom Cadden, you were just saying in the advert break to me, paid a lot of money for him from Leicester. He's got a goal in him.
Yeah, shows why there. I mean, he hasn't had much, has he? Let's face it, Sheffield United have looked a bit toothless in front of goal, but that one opportunity's come to him. and big deflection from Clara, and it hits the post. And it just shows you in cup football, you can be out of it, and then all of a sudden the game just turns.
What are you anticipating in the sense of what the rhythm of the second half will be? Because Ruben Selles has to do something. He was getting extremely animated at times in that first half. He's a game and a half into his Sheffield United career. They've lost one and they're losing at half-time in the second.
I mean, we've had a great view of him, haven't we? We've been watching him and his mannerisms, and he's been very animated, very passionate. I mean, the overall game is obviously working on the passing, the rhythm and all that, which is not quite there, as you'd expect from a manager, but who's only been there a few games. But the set plays and those fundamentals of attacking the ball, when you have it in and around your own box, be tidy, be careful, you can't be sloppy, you've got to be on it. I think they're the messages he's going to have to get into the team, because those mistakes are really going to cost Sheffield United.
Absolutely, because Birmingham City are so quickly onto them when Sheffield United do cough up possession. Second half on the way. That man Ruben Selles with a lot of thinking to do at half-time, with Birmingham and their noses in front.
Does the morning madness lead to bathroom sadness? It's time for Flash! With a powerful spray and a wondrous wipe. Here, here, and even here. You can remove the grime, bring back the shine, and get your bathroom looking and smelling brilliant. New Flash Spray Wipe done. Back to clean in a flash.
Do it for them. Book a free hearing test at bootshearingcare.com and save up to £300 with our free technology upgrade.
The Mazda CX-30, our compact and stylish SUV, available with 0% APR representative when ordered before the 30th of September 2025, and a 6-year Mazda warranty. Search Mazda.
G'day. It's Harry from Abergavenny.
How's that?
I forgot my brother-in-law only drinks fancy pants beer. What do I do?
Pour the amber nectar into an old jam jar and just call it something obscure.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
It's called Voodoo Jazz Hat.
Foster's. Good call.
New Dove Men Plus Care.
Has to clean your fingers.
New Dove Men Plus Care helps neutralise odour-causing bacteria that thrive on stress sweat.
Really needs more salt.
Get comfortable with uncomfortable. Upgrade to 72-hour protection with new Dove Men Plus Care.
You know that feeling of re-washing dishes that didn't get cleaned? I don't.
With Fairy Platinum Plus.
I don't pre-wash, I don't re-wash. I just chuck it in, even on the quick cycle.
Fairy Platinum Plus, rated best on test by Which, with multi-action liquids and boosted powder.
Just load that and get this.
Re-wash, not on my watch.
The UK's #1 cleaning performance in Which testing. Wash with Fairy and Hotpoint for outstanding cleaning.
When you have nausea,
Heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach,
diarrhea.
At the first sign of discomfort, Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes your stomach.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol. Pink does more than you think.
Can a Lenore bed get any fresher?
No way.
Let's find out. They're trying the Lenore Dream Team.
Oh, it's mega fresh.
Way more. The Lenore Dream Team with 10 times the freshness ingredients. Lenore Conditioner plus Lenore Scent Boosters gives an off-the-scale freshness.
Gotta try this out. OMG.
Can I keep them? The Lenore Dream Team, 10 times the freshness ingredients.
Still here. Never leaving.
You could spend days trying to sell privately, or selling a flash with We Buy Any Car. Enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Did
Did you know the moment you stop brushing, many toothpaste stop fighting bacteria? And that's when problems start. But Oral-B with stannous fluoride is different. When many toothpaste stop fighting bacteria, Oral-B keeps shielding teeth in between brushing. So you start with a healthy clean and end with a healthy clean. Oral-B, the clean that never stops. Oral-B Advanced is now better than half price at Tesco.
Join us on Saturday from midday ITV1 as Wrexham prepare for their first home game in the second tier since 1982. They welcome West Brom to the racecourse ground. And that's followed by some terrific derbies from the Championship. First up, the South Coast derby. Southampton host Portsmouth Sunday the 14th of September. In October will be at Portman Road, the East Anglia derby between Ipswich and Norwich. You'll have another chance to see the Blades in action as they face Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. The Steel City derbies in November. And we finish the calendar year at Pride Park as Derby host East Midlands neighbours Leicester in December. Carabao Cup games tonight then. Birmingham 1 up here, Barnsley 1, Fleetwood 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 up at Bolton, Cheltenham 2, Exeter 0, Leicester have just taken their lead at Huddersfield, and Sheffield United here, Matt, with some experience on the bench looking at it. Gustavo Harmer really good last season, Tyrese Campbell, maybe that's where Ruben Sellés has to go in the second half.
I think he may have to go there, to be honest, just to be a little bit more clinical in whatever moment Sheffield United have to try and get back in this game.
Like Peck's coming on number 42 as well, so there's the first change.
First change, and you would expect more. And at this stage of the season, you'll think people are going to get a little bit tired as well. So there will be changes from both teams.
Absolutely, just to see in terms of fitness, as Matt says, in terms of structure, in terms of game time. Because if you're Ruben Sellés, I mean, obviously he wants to win tonight and go through. He doesn't really want to lose 2 games in a row. But also he's getting to know his players, isn't he? That's the reality.
Well, but there is a bigger picture there for him. And I think it shows in the methodology of how he wants his team to play and the mistakes they're making. You've got to learn from those. And he's got to get those messages across. And there's nothing better than a game to really highlight that. And they're going to have to use this to improve.
So the draw for the second round's already been made. The winners tonight will be at home and they will play Port Vale. So at the moment it's going to be Birmingham City against Port Vale in the second round. Grimsby against Manchester United is the biggest one in the second round. They haven't met for 77 years. What a night that's going to be for Grimsby, is it? I mean, it doesn't matter what iteration of Manchester United it is. It's Manchester United going to Grimsby.
If Man United are in town, then it's going to be big.
Manchester United in town, that is going to be a deal. What do you think Chris Davis's message is at half-time as Birmingham ready to come out in the second half?
I think just be aware, be really dialed in, no sloppy mistakes and take your opportunities. They're going to create another chance. They've got to be more clinical in front of goal.
I think Birmingham are going to make a change as well. They are. So Birmingham City making a change as well. Anderson is coming on. Keshi Anderson coming on, I think, for Damari Gray. That's right, for Damari Gray. They're making a change there as well. The experienced Damari Gray, who was so instrumental in setting up the first go. So I think Sam Matterface has had an opportunity to sort out all those changes. Here is Sam with Michael Brown for the second half.
Thank you very much, Mark. Yes, Keshi Anderson coming on, so to Sidney Peck making his 50th appearance for Sheffield United tonight. He's replacing Callum O'Hare. And again, I think Michael Brown, that's just another example of it being early season and not wanting to take too much of a risk. Both Gray and O'Hare played in the first games of the season.
I think there will be very much planned substitutions at the start. Obviously, Callum O'Hare, the only one outstanding for Sheffield United, and I think you're looking at Sheffield United's bench. They have got the possibility to change so much to try and get back into this game.
Well, it's the first ever meeting in the League Cup at St Andrews between these two. The previous matches in this competition have come at Bramall Lane, and Birmingham have won them both. They should really be over the line already, but we've seen this week what happens if you don't. Hull at Wrexham and West Brom at Derby County are cautionary tales. If you don't finish it off, it can come back and haunt you, and certainly Ruben Sayers will be hoping that Chris Davis and his team don't get over the line in the next 45 minutes and don't extend their lead further.
Anticipation, the start of the halves each time for Sheffield United have been poor. So the first league game and the start of this game, that would have been the message for Birmingham. They have to be more clinical, more convincing in front of goal. They've had so many opportunities.
Here is Kyogo Furuhashi trying to get on the end of the ball from Ethan Laird. It's a good idea from Birmingham City. And you're right about Sheffield United, because the game actually got away from them right after half-time against Bristol City at the weekend. They won't want to concede here. Furuhashi has won it back again, and Adam Davis has got there ahead of Tommy Doyle.
And he's exactly that, in possession, trying to play out, the press coming, players have had a little bit of a rest. That might be the decision. If you're not good enough at it yet, the manager's plans, until you are, make sure you don't concede in those key moments.
It's difficult at this stage of the season when you're just getting your team together. Chris Davis spoke yesterday about wanting to go as far as possible in the Carabao Cup. Birmingham went all the way in the Virtu Trophy last season to the final before losing out to Peterborough. They had a good go at Newcastle United here in the FA Cup too. Sometimes a cup run can help your momentum. And you've been involved in a cup run or two yourself, you know the benefit of it.
Yeah, especially in this league, in this division. Sheffield United, we managed to get to two semi-finals. Just didn't manage to get there, but two in one season, and it creates a healthy competition. Somebody asked me whether Ipswich should be okay with getting knocked out last night, they concentrate on the league. I don't think so. I think it just adds a sort of a pressure. And I feel like both of these sides will desperately want to get through.
Anderson and Cochrane combining on this near side. Cochrane's got it back. Now Kyogo Furuhashi trying to get the better of Sasnauskas. And this time the foul goes against the Japanese.
Looking in that area with his quality, he should be not getting into that situation.
Davis. Copied him well. This is Cannon. Marsh, Curtis, Sumare. Foul by McCallum. Cochrane. This is Mark Leonard. Laird. And he gets the return from Iwata. And he gallops on, and he's got Doyle on the edge of the area, and one or two others arriving as well, including Anderson. It clipped the crossbar. Another potent Birmingham City attack. Doyle. Fist away by Sasnauskas at the last moment, and he needed to. McCallum's set an ambitious ball forward for One, and he was always going to be flagged offside. The Birmingham defence realised that.
Yeah, he's heavily been involved, hasn't he? Laird. to good positions, just waiting, the timing as a fullback, when you're to go, when you're not. I think he's got that right. There's an understanding with his teammates and almost sneaked in.
Gustavo Harmer is often the string puller, the conductor of the Sheffield United orchestra. And they need a tune-up. Giving the ball away cheaply. This is Leonard. It's a bit behind Tommy Doyle. And Sheffield United getting caught in possession again. And again, Williamson steering it into Kyogo. And again, he doesn't find the finish that's required for Birmingham City. It could be over the hills and far away by now.
Yeah, it could be. Just as Sheffield United look comfortable, the press from Birmingham is quick. There's his first touch, not convincing. It's lacking, isn't he, that confidence and ability. He certainly has. He's got to do better.
I think sensing a little bit of the mood amongst the crowd as well, Chris Davis has just indicated that this might be the time to bring on Jay Stansfield. He's just calling back from his warm-up. Tyler Bindon looks as if he's getting ready to come on for Sheffield United as well. He's just got stripped and ready for action. It does look like Ruben Sayers is sensing that he's got to make changes at this stage. It's a long ball forward by Beadle. Kyogo is chasing it. Kyogo's going to get there. Samare nipping in just before it reaches Mark Leonard. And now he drives forward. The ball into the path of One was just a little bit too close to Clara.
Samare looks like he wants to take the ball, doesn't he? Comfortable, drives into areas. That final pass he'll need to improve and get better. But now with the managers looking at the bench, looking at the reinforcements to try and make sure they cement further goals this Birmingham side, or whether Sheffield United can find any way. So they'll go direct here.
Jack Robinson knows all about what to do in these scenarios. And he's getting a talking to from the referee because he switched the ball out without permission.
And then he's kicked it on. He's got to be careful here.
He's already on a yellow card. So Gavin Ward trying to manage the situation so that it doesn't end up with Jack Robinson being sent off and losing his head, but having thrown the ball away, he could have talked himself into a bit of a problem unnecessarily. Just get the sense that frustration is certainly bubbling to the surface with him. He's a combative figure. He is a player that will fight and scrap for every bit of an advantage. He's a proper competitor. The last thing that Sheffield United need at this stage is to go down to 10 players. We've got 3 more incoming, and it's 3 big hitters. Kyogo getting away from one. He's got Anderson to his left-hand side. He goes for goal instead, and Anderson is furious about that. Decision-making may come into question.
Well, it will. Certainly I'm waiting for him. I've been a little bit disappointed with some of the things he's done, and he looks great. Gets here, waits, opens up. But with that ending, surely you just slide it into your teammate.
Jack Robinson coming off. Gustavo Harmer puts on the captain's armband. Tyler Bindon comes in to take his place. Tyrese Campbell comes on too. Samare's night is over. And there have been signs that he's got the ability to step into the middle of the park and win the ball back and drive forward with it. Jibril Samare is only 22 years of age. Certainly there were signs at the weekend that this guy could finish. One coming off and Tyrese Campbell coming on. In fact, One's been sent back to the far side to go off the pitch at the nearest juncture. Campbell scored at the weekend after a lovely bit of footwork from Callum O'Hare. He's on to lead the line. And a change for Birmingham City up top. Kyogo's chances have run out, really. He's shown some great flashes in possession. He's caused some problems for Sheffield United, but he just hasn't punished them with the ruthlessness required. So enter Jay Stansfield. Expensively acquired from Fulham last season after a successful loan spell. And the man who scored on Friday night their first goal back in the Championship.
Well, you know what we think about him since he's come to this football club, the improvement, the goals, the big pressure on his shoulders. Could he score in the Championship? He took that straight away. Doesn't need too many opportunities, but Sheffield United who've rolled the dice in a big way. So this game now should end in a very interesting manner.
Anderson chasing. Away by Adam Davis. Sosnowskis found him successfully that time. Cochrane. Leonard. Iwata. Williamson wants it. Takes it in well. It's a foul by McCallum.
He's not happy. Just breaking up play. I've seen a slight adjust with Cannon going down that left-hand side as Campbell just leaves that line as the number 9, that focal point. Stansfield straight at the top as expected. Now can they get more control? Birmingham get in the stride and start putting Sheffield United on the back foot.
Tyrese Campbell, 11 goals last year, already off the mark this year. Here is Laird, still a bit too heavy from Williamson. And for all their enterprising play, Birmingham City are only 1 goal to the good, and now that Campbell is on and Harmer is on, there might be more extensive threats to worry about, and they're still on the attack. Iwata gets it back as a second bite of the cherry. Stansfield over on that far side, already causing problems, and still Sheffield United yet to have an attacking touch in opposition penalty area.
I think that tells you everything. They've been hanging on and waiting for chances. They've certainly got players now with experience to be able to do that sort, but they've got to get hold of it, they've got to get some control.
Campbell could be away here. Beadle's come out and he's read it perfectly, but he's off his line. It might have been a temptation to try and steer it back over his head, but it was a little bit too far out maybe for Tom Cannon to attempt that.
He had a look, my arm was up thinking, can you? Is there any way you can do it? Just didn't sit right.
Would you have had a go from there?
I wouldn't have reached. I'd have looked and tried, but I wouldn't have liked to have seen what had happened.
I wouldn't have even looked, to be fair. Iwata. Asai Samuel and Cake about to come on for Birmingham.
Just keep an eye on Stansfield, he's just waiting, he's alert, short then long.
Laird outpacing McCallum, getting into the penalty area. McCallum did well to rescue that situation. Well, he's a handful, Jay Stansfield, isn't he? And he'll pop up in all sorts of different areas, and McCallum, Bindon will have to be alert. Does like to peel to that side.
It's risk and reward now, isn't it, for Sheffield United when it starts getting into this stage now? Do they open it up still? Do they go? So they know how fragile they are and they get counter-attacked.
Well, you're looking at them now and the names that they brought on, Michael, and they look like they're stellar names that can do you some damage, but at the defence they have had a few moments where they've got caught and they've looked a little bit short at the back. There's a little bit of an experience back there still tonight. And that is an area, if they are going to improve between now and the window closing, where they look as if they need to strengthen.
He probably would have liked to have kept Samari on just in case, so we'll let the others go and get forward with City packed. But again, it's the game management, it's time of the season.
Sosnowskis and then Harmer picks out McCallum beautifully. McCallum's cross to the far post and wasn't too far away. Cochrane did just enough to put off Lukaku.
Yeah, great diagonal pass, delivers early. Lukaku on the back post, just waiting for that chance. The timing needs to be better. It's a very good delivery, that's for certain, but when you see these chances to do better, we know. He showed some flashes as the fans have been waiting to see what he can bring. He's looked okay with the ball, that first moment when he come inside with that left-footed effort.
It's fascinating though, isn't it? And it sort of echoes back to what we were saying at the start of the second half, that it's a game that should have been put to bed, but hasn't been. Stansfield trying to achieve just that. Gets it to Tommy Doyle, scuffed that into the ground. Another chance for Birmingham. It's another moment where Blues have been let down by a lack of composure in front of goal. It's a good take by Laird. He's had a good night. He keeps getting high up on that outside. This is steered away by Tyler Bindon, and he's had an impact. Williamson wins the corner. And after the pitfalls they had from set pieces in the first 45, Ruben Sellers will be hoping that they're a little bit more organised on this occasion.
If you just have a look at the front post, you can see straight away there's no gap. Tom Cannon's gone and occupied that area. Now the overload will come around that back post area, you would think. A bit of contact now, a little bit of pushing and shoving as usual. I think the referee could just let it go. Come on, let's get going. Soon stops when you do that.
Cochrane to deliver. Right under the goalkeeper, and Laird is there, but the whistle's already gone. Well, did the whistle go before the corner kick was taken? The goal's disallowed, it won't count.
Yeah, but when there's that contact, he's looking right at it, both pulling each other down. And then He's looking at it, but maybe takes his eye off the ball, the official.
Well, I think the corner had been taken by the time he'd blown his whistle. So was it a foul? Well, the decision is retake. In towards that near post again. Laird is there again. Davis got enough on it. Still loose inside that penalty area. And Sheffield United desperately try to hack it clear. Wata has only found red. Campbell. Curtis. Harmer. Campbell again. Well, it goes down. And the referee gives it the other way. Well, this will be interesting.
Well, he's certainly got something to think about now. The referee, one end and then another. Good pass inside. He's saying, is it one of those? Is there any contact as he gets the right side? He kicks the back of his left foot. Then he goes down and he says it's against the attacker.
It's interesting. Maybe he thought 6 of one, half a dozen of the other at one end, and same at the other, and even it up. Tommy Doyle comes off, having endeared himself to the St Andrews crowd. Paik will come on and take his place in midfield, and Bright Asai Samuel, who had a good first match in Birmingham blue, comes on to replace Ethan Laird, who himself has had a very good 67 minutes tonight.
I think he's had a really good game, hasn't he? Laird, you've seen him there attacking into key areas. He'll be disappointed that he's coming off. Not only defensively, he's wanted to get forward. He's impressed on the night.
Got 5 goals from right back last season. He had scored 1 career goal before that. You can see his attacking capabilities tonight. When you've got a league season as long as the one in the Championship and you're hoping to go deep in other competitions, you need 2 good players for each position. Here's Anderson trying to get the better of Davis, who just about gets there. Paik. And again, Sung-Ho Paik. Feeding Anderson. Cross is steered away by Shashnauskis. Cannon being harassed by Asai Samuel, has given the ball away to Williamson. This is Jay Stansfield, teasing it into the area. Williamson! He's cracked it into the body of Shashnauskis. It's another corner for Birmingham. They keep knocking at that door, but it just won't open.
And the tempo, the pressing, going to key areas, good delivery across. And as it sets here, tries to find that far post, no room. Now another set piece, how do they deal with it? What's different? It's a commotion in the last one. Obviously as well, that disallowed header, the referee deemed to give the foul just as it's taken.
Cochrane sends it longer this time. Clara at the far post heads it down. It's a miscue by Cashin. What a chance for Birmingham. Not exactly where you want a centre-back. Here is Asai Samuel. If that had fallen to Jay Stansfield, you would have expected it to crash the back of the net. Iwata. Another deep delivery. Clara beaten to it, but Curtis puts it out for another corner, and the pressure continues to ramp up on the Sheffield United back line. What a chance for him.
That's a big chance. Direct, went front post, now they decide to go to the back. Look at that for an opportunity. A fresh air, the one that you strike and miss. You won't want to see that again after a wonderful ball initially in behind, then he gets another chance in front of goal. Will he get another?
He's a very popular lad, is Aaron Cashin. This is Paik. His delivery into the box almost met Cashin again. Certainly attacked that one.
Good pace on the delivery. Everybody attacking. It shouldn't go out the back like that. Oh yeah, that chance, it's huge, isn't it? Right in front of goal. He might get a bit of stick when he sees it after the game.
Walking on loan from Brighton to help stiffen the depth in the squad at Birmingham City. Came through at Derby. Man with Irish connections, thanks to his grandmother. Shasnauskas. Given away cheaply. Tate couldn't make the most of it. Peck tries to keep it alive. Referee got involved in the play. Harmer's gone for goal from distance, and Beadle is off his line, and Harmer has scored an absolute world-class goal. He's taken full advantage. He did look up, he did see it, he did land it. And that is what Gustavo Harmer can do. He's not top class, he is world class. That is absolutely sensational from Gustavo Harmer.
Well, you're seeing, does it nick off the referee? They're certainly asking the question, but he doesn't wait, he looks. We just discussed about somebody trying it. That will be in his mind, but when the referee is involved like that, he should stop it surely. But this, the quality, the audacity to try it, the technique as it drifts and the goalkeeper's backtracking, but because it changes and starts to drift the other way, he can't recover. Wow, what a moment in this cup tie. The drama and quality.
Well, 3 seconds after it did hit the referee, the ball was taken by Harmer and sent over the head of James Beadle. And he doesn't have to give a drop ball if play continues and doesn't lead to a change in possession. So because it was already heading to Sheffield United, he felt he could play on. In usual circumstances, when the ball hits the referee and it stops and interrupts the flow of the game, they will give an uncontested drop ball. But if they feel that it's not going to lead to a change in possession, they won't do it.
Oh, here we go. So Birmingham do take the first touch off the referee, but he's under pressure. And Harmer just sees it there as it clips off. He has one touch. The pressure's good from Sheffield United, and that touch, head up. Wow, what quality. The ending of this game now is going to liven up the supporters, showing their disappointment. They don't always see what we see.
Well, Chris Davis will be furious. He was upset with decisions that went against his team on Friday night. A decision which has led to a Gus Harmer effort from halfway. Has certainly, he feels, gone against him. He's just slapped his hands together in the direction of the referee to show that he believed it hit him and should have generated an uncontested drop ball.
I think for us, whenever we see the referee in that little area, when you're really close to him, it does ricochet off him. Generally, we do get that stop in play. There was a touch and then a challenge, but it happened so quickly. And we always try to give Credit to the attackers, but they'll feel very, very badly done to, won't they, with the corner kick coming in, scoring a goal, and then this decision. But we did feel that if Birmingham didn't score, put their chances away, things were going to change.
Anderson into the penalty area. Comes to Sai Samuel, then picked up by Iwata, who's encouraged to shoot and score from that sort of range against Newcastle United. And every time he gets it there, the Birmingham fans scream for him to have another go. It's just a corner. Lyndon Dykes coming on for Mark Leonard as Birmingham roll the dice and put their foot on the gas. And it's not very often you see a goal from the halfway line, but that was breathtaking, wasn't it?
It was great to see, because we were watching it and looking and thinking, it looked like the keeper was going to recover, and all of a sudden it drifts away, and then he couldn't, he just couldn't move his feet. But no, another opportunity for these set pieces.
And in towards Dykes and punched away by Adam Davis. I mean, he was integral, wasn't he, when he was playing for Coventry City, even more so Sheffield United. And this is the Laird disallowed goal. Now, Gavin Ward stops that and says, retake the corner kick. Anderson furious that that wasn't allowed. McCallum didn't know what was going on at the time. Moments later, the ball ends up at the feet of Harmer after taking a deflection off of Gavin Ward, and all of a sudden it's in the back of the net from the halfway line. There'll be an inquest.
For sure will. But you've got to get on with it.
Offside flag is up against Stansfield. There is a feeling that Birmingham City have been hard done to in this stadium.
They haven't created too much, Sheffield United. They're waiting for the bigger players. I think that was set up before, do you know, in his mind, because we mentioned about going for it when the goalkeeper was way off his line. He must have just thought, I've got it, I'm going to do it.
In moments like that, he has world-class ability. He can read that situation, he can execute that. There's not many players that can do it from that sort of range.
You know, we've seen for Sheffield United at the end of last season, he does special things, free kicks in key moments, big games, that's what he brings. We talk so much about how important he's going to be this season, and he has attracted attention, and rightly so. Here he goes, just wanting to do things, he's not afraid. That's important, and the manager has to back that. And sometimes you won't always get the right things, but you might get one of those.
Well, 46 appearances last year, 10 goals, 8 assists for Sheffield United, 1 goal already now this season against his team in a key moment. And now he's got to come up with a way again of getting back into the game. The equaliser this time coming a little bit earlier. He's got time to do something about it tonight. He didn't on Friday night, Chris Davis. See why there are those talking about Gustavo Harmer in the Premier League, and you can see why people will be disappointed that Birmingham haven't finished it off, because Nyogo in particular had several opportunities in that first half to put them into the second round. Williamson looking to try and bring in Sai Samuel, who's just as aggressive from right back as Ethan Laird was. Anderson just managed to shrug off Cannon, but asked a little bit of Beadle to get there ahead of Campbell. Stansfield putting pressure on Curtis. He does well. Stansfield! This wouldn't sit right for him. He did the hard bit. He's a little bit unlucky it wouldn't drop.
Well, you just look at Curtis's reaction, body language, he's unsure. He's not as assured as he should be. And a striker in form is waiting, just little nudges as he hooks it over. Just couldn't keep on top of the ball.
Clark. Asai Samuel. Got support from Williamson. Asai Samuel tries to squeeze it past Cannon. Well, we've already seen games this week result in penalty kicks, and now Sheffield United, who have been allowed to make a substitution, even though Andre Brooks wasn't quite ready. He's going to come on for Rukaki, who's just tired slightly as the game has gone on, and we've seen in the Community Shield, the first weekend of the Championship, action at Southampton here on Friday, and last night lots of late goals and equalisers when teams thought that they were going to get over the line. Hasn't quite happened. Andre Brooks now on for Sheffield United. Another one of those who started on Saturday night, coming in for the final 9 minutes of the game. Stansfield into Dykes. It's round the corner for Asai Samuel. Strengthens the arms of Adam Davis.
There's that bit of quality now at the end for Birmingham. Just wanting the referee to assert, make him hurry up. There's a couple right down the middle now, down the line, that Sheffield United goalkeeper's put in there. I think he's got to go for the wider angle.
In fairness to the referee, he raised his hand and started the 5-second countdown. You get 8 seconds on the ball with the goalkeeper now in your hands, and after 3 he raises his hand and counts down from 5. If you hold on it for too long, he'll give a corner. So a couple of examples of that in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, I got one of the first ones, and you're like, really? It's like 92nd minute, and you're thinking, if this changes, if this goes in. It was in favour of Real Madrid, actually, and you're thinking that's definitely going to happen, but yeah, now it stops them wasting so much time. It's in the balance now, this game, really interesting.
A bit strong from Andre Brooks.
He's got to be careful there, he's coming in and trying to affect it. But who's going to take the initiative? Who's got the quality? Who can affect it? Can it be a 1v1? Can it be someone do something different to get this winner?
Williamson. Asai Samuel goes on the outside. Iwata. Williamson again. It's away by Davis. Cashin. He's trying to get it forward. Harmer showing his strength. Risky from Sashnowskis, not for the first time tonight. Davis managed to deal with it on that occasion. Here is Campbell. Harmer. Marsh. Curtis. Sheffield United looking to try and steal it at the end. Marsh trying to weave his way through the Birmingham defence. Asai Samuel holding off Cannon. Cashin. Stansfield, he rushed it. Dykes wanted him to go a little bit longer. Anderson a little bit too aggressive in his challenge with Sam Curtis.
Yeah, Stansfield playing blind, good play, some little combinations around the corner. Just expected the next one to be there. Sheffield United stepping forward, and we've just had a couple of passes, but this is where you know Birmingham are waiting for that short pass. This one here, I've seen it on many occasions. They don't look comfortable and the press has been good.
This season is a step up in level for Birmingham City. Although they've got a lot of experienced players, they do have Oxford, Leicester and Stoke very quickly off the bat. The first 5 games of the season will certainly give them a measure of what to expect from this campaign. Eagle Park on Sunday. Bindon gets it away from Dykes. Helped in by Paik. Might come to Anderson. He sets it back for Cochrane, who helps it to the far post. Williamson, Stansfield, good turn. Can he finish it? Of course he can. Jay Stansfield, last season's top goal scorer, gets his second of the campaign and surely steers Birmingham City into the second round of the Carabao Cup. It should have been over a long time ago. It might be now.
Well, they're trying from all angles, putting pressure on. Sheffield United couldn't just get it away. They kept waiting, they kept putting it into good areas, but once this chest here is waiting, it's this little turn here. And once he turns it, another vicious deflection. That's for sure, but you've got to make sure you're in and around it, you're getting your shots in and around the area, putting it into those positions, and you might just get a little bit of fortune. And he certainly has a lot of that because of that quality. Goalkeeper, no chance.
Well, Jay Stansfield credited with a goal. Tyler Bindon, who was unfortunate at the weekend with a deflection, has been unfortunate with another one. But you make your own luck sometimes, and Jay Stansfield knows how to do that. Birmingham City maybe deserve a little bit of luck after this performance. I was about to say that their reintroduction to the second tier, and having played against second tier opposition tonight, has given them a warning of what to expect. You have to be more clinical. Jay Stansfield has shown them the way. Here's Anderson. There's a look to forge further ahead now. Palmer trying to bring the ball clear. I understand there will be a healthy amount of added time at the end of the 90, so it might not be over yet.
So Sheffield United thought they were getting more comfortable feeling. As Birmingham side have been used to winning football matches. They've got a confidence. It's a bad ending in the first game for them after a lot of control against Ipswich. Can they see this one out now? And that striker just seems to touch everything with real quality, finding the net. Yes, it's deflected, it's cruel when that happens. And they've had so many chances.
Ruben Sellés has had a difficult start to his Sheffield United career. It's never going to be easy walking in the footsteps of such a popular custodian in Chris Wilder. Although his team have shown a bit more brightness in this second half, they have certainly been second best over the course of the 90 minutes. And we have nearly played 90 minutes now. It's a good touch by Paik. Iwata looking for Stansfield. .600 minutes at the end of the 96 minutes for Sheffield United to try and find a way to force a penalty shootout. Harmer. Brooks couldn't get there, he lost his footing. And firepower is also important, and I think Chris Davies actually wants a little bit more of it. There might be a few more ins and outs before the end of the window. They do have Marvin Dutch, a striker from Werder Bremen, to come into the squad. He picked up an injury pre-season in Germany. He's going to be ready to join in team training later in the week, further adding to Chris Davies' options, but I still wouldn't rule out them dipping further into the transfer market.
Yeah, he did mention him a couple of weeks away, really, but I think we talked a lot about recruitment in the build-up, but now this Birmingham outfit are certainly ready to go. I think the message is there might be one or two more. I think the manager will say yes please. It sometimes gives you problems, but you've got to take it.
Sheffield United want to hold on to that man you just saw in your picture, Gustavo Harmer. He has been linked with a move away. They've lost Ahmed Hodzic to Feyenoord for £15 million. They've lost Vinny Souza for £12 million. It'll take a little bit more to get Harmer out of Bramall Lane, but it's key, isn't it, that Ruben Sayers gets to hold on to him.
Yeah, I think the timings as well. I think that's the other point as well. Sometimes they happen late for you, which you can't recover. It doesn't help. The situations happen before at the football club. If you're quick to react, able to get the players straight in when you've sold one, that necessarily with the now change hasn't happened.
Two defenders colliding. Cashin and Clara with a little bit of miscommunication, which leads to a corner kick right at the very end. There's 4 minutes of stoppage time to go. The referee again getting involved, trying to stop the pushing and shoving going on inside that penalty area. And Callum to take it. And queuing up inside that penalty area. Wisniewski went towards it. Hook went there too. It's away. And Birmingham looking to counter-attack, and it's Gustavo Harmer who's the back marker. But it's come through to Tyrese Campbell, who's trying to get away from Clara, who drags him down and gets a yellow card. That was emergency action from Christophe Clara.
Yeah, it was. He was in a good position. It's a good foul. And he realises his teammates in a good position on the counter-attack had to be better, but left them open. He had no choice. It was a good decision, you feel.
And it's a chance again for Birmingham to go through to the second round of the Carabao Cup, but a chance right at the end for Sheffield United to prevent that. And Gustavo Harmer has already shown his ability, displayed his wares. What has he got up his sleeve? It's Gustavo Harmer of Sheffield United. Almost. Every time he gets within range, there is a little twitch from the opponent.
Yeah, he did fancy him near post with the confidence. It's a really good quality executed free kick. Look how close that is. It just clips the top from a long way out.
I've got a little bit excited by saying he is world class, because that label is often thrown around cheaply, but it was a world-class goal.
He was in that moment, that's for sure. I think he's got work to do. He's done very well for the football club. He's still improving, that's for certain. But can they get anything from it? Can something late happen again in this game?
Well, there's still a minute to go. Beadle collects in front of Tyrese Campbell. We have talked about back-to-back promotions in these parts. Not necessarily him, but he will drive that standard. They are a rare thing to achieve. the Premier League era, only 5 times has it happened. League One to Championship, Championship to Premier League, but you just wonder whether or not, with the depth that they've already got and the depth that they might acquire between now and the transfer window, whether Birmingham City have got a big chance of doing that as well.
I think the owners will be asking those questions. They'll believe, they'll feel like the backing's there, the infrastructure's getting better.
Sheffield United will know that it's still the early part of the season as they don't get the corner they thought they were going to. And there is always a situation at this stage of the campaign where you're finding your rhythm, you're still getting used to one another. And it's going to be back-to-back defeats for Sheffield United and a first win of the season for Chris Davis and Birmingham City. Birmingham fans haven't witnessed a defeat here since February. That home form is going to be oh so important again this campaign. Birmingham City will play Port Vale here in round 2, thanks to a winning goal late on from Jay Stansfield. Chris Davis, who saw his side miss a number of chances in the first half. Kyogo Furuhashi missing the best of them. But Jay Stansfield, after Gustavo Harmer had scored an absolute weldie, finished off the job for Chris Davis and Birmingham City. He'll be shaking his head thinking what might have been, because he scored a terrific goal. A goal that will go down in Carabao Cup history. One of the longest and most dazzling deliveries from Gustavo Harmer, but it was his goal that made all the difference. For Sheffield United, the season has got off to the worst possible start, really. They were beaten at Bramall Lane, they're beaten at Birmingham and already out of the Carabao Cup at the first hurdle. But for Birmingham City, some bright performances and a bright start to the season. They were disappointed not to get over the line on Friday night, when they were pegged back by Ipswich Town, and they thought that maybe a similar situation was going to develop here tonight. But in the end, they got over the line, responded well, and have secured a place in the next round of the competition. Things can only get better for the Blades, but for Birmingham, the optimism at St Andrews shows no sign of fading. It's finished. Birmingham 2, Sheffield United 1.
It's better outside with the Ninja Woodfire family. House parties are better with perfect pizzas in under 3 minutes. Bank holiday meals are better with 370-degree high heat roasting. Weekends are better with authentic smoky flavours. Camping trips are better, grilled and air-fried favourites. Match days are better with low and slow barbecue smoking. Garden barbecues are better with connected app cooking. No matter how you're spending your time outside, it's better outside with Ninja.
Paddy Power Games gives you more chances in life. Imagine a life with more chances. A healthy go or a big no-no?
Taxi!
This new technology will rule out more goals than ever before. We call it VA.
Here's something you don't need to check from multiple angles. Bonus rounds on Paddy's Wonder Wheel. From the 11th to the 18th of August with Paddy Power Games.
There are things in life that you love, but your denture shouldn't get in your way. With new Fixodent Ultimate, you get a food barrier that helps prevent your favorite food from getting under the denture. Stronger hold to keep following your passions. And a comfort that lasts all day. Fixodent. Life with more bite.
Why do we have to wait for the good things in life? Like a lion. First dip of a summer holiday. First kick of a new season. Barbecue weather. A bigger place with more space. A job that works for me.
Ready?
I'm done waiting. Amoda 9, your best best life now.
Well, away we go. He's in the Championship.
It's awesome.
A little bit of Hollywood.
He has done it. Let the entertainment begin.
Wrexham's historic rise through the league sees the Hollywood back club play their first home game in the Championship. This Saturday they take on West Brom under Ryan Mason. Join us live from the racecourse, midday ITV1 and STV. Jay Stansfield off the bench, involved in the equaliser, and then scores the winner. Little deflection, but he's so sharp in front of goal. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and I don't think anybody would argue against Birmingham deserving to reach the second round. That's what it means to Chris Davis, and Port Vale will be here next. So Birmingham 2, Sheffield United 1. Look how many shots Birmingham had, and if XG is your thing, it's well over 3 to Sheffield United, not quite a half. Chris Davis, the winning manager, is with Gabriel now.
Chris, well done. You get a sense you really needed that goal from Jay right at the end, because what an eventful game.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought we were, again, played really well. We should have been 2 or 3 goals up at half-time. Then we had some more chances, and I didn't think there was a lot there for them apart from the goal, which I'm so upset about, because I haven't actually seen the video back, and from what I've seen, when it hits the referee and then the opposition score a goal, the goal should be disallowed. That's my understanding. Now I'll have to see it back, but that sort of changed things for us. But we had to show a bit of grit, a bit of character, and obviously a really good goal to finish off.
I think the feeling on the law is Birmingham had possession, it hits the referee, it goes back to Birmingham, then Sheffield United make the tackle, the referee plays on.
That's what that is then. Obviously we'll accept that. It's just in the moment it didn't sort of look quite like that, but by the by now we've won the game. We obviously came back and scored a really good goal. So
Jay Stansfield, so important for you last season and already this season. So important.
Oh yeah, I mean, you saw Kyogo as well. Kyogo was so dangerous tonight, scored as well, so I'm really pleased for him. But then when Jay comes on, yeah, he's got so much energy, so dangerous, he's clever as well, and he's a good finisher, so that's scored in his last pre-season game and then last week and this week, so good start.
What has tonight told you about your team and their championship aspirations?
Yeah, I think today was the Carabao Cup. We just wanted to get into the next round of this. We'll learn from this game, we'll move on, get ready for the weekend.
Well done.
Thank you, cheers.
Truth is, every day's a school day when it comes to football laws, isn't it? And I think we've all learned something. Let's show the graphic, everybody at home, exactly what the law is when the ball hits the referee. So, if it touches a match official, remains on the field of play, and a team starts a promising attack, not on this occasion, the ball goes directly into the goal, not on this occasion, or the team in possession of the ball changes, in all these cases, players restarted with a drop ball. Now, when we watch it, arguably, Birmingham have the ball there, hits the ref, Jay Stansfield has it momentarily, is immediately dispossessed. I think we all agree, I think it's fair enough that the referee played on, because even though Jay Stansfield loses it immediately, he does get the first touch after it hits the ref. Are you with me, or are you against me?
I'm with you.
You're with me.
And for this time, I'm kind of with the referee. I think you've also got to take into account the area of the field, just slap bang in the centre circle. The referee's got no clue that Haim is going to go on and do that. So he's expecting it, it's just flicked off him, it's gone back to Stansfield. Yes, it's great pressure from Sheffield United. I think play on, for me, feels right.
I think if it went against you and it affected the outcome of the game, I think you'd be really disappointed with it, because generally we know when it hits the referee, it's right near, we just stop the ball and we go, because it's in close proximity, it wasn't away and clear. But it's going to be talked about, but we did see something special that we've managed to see.
Yes.
On the out of that, which was a special moment for somebody who can do great things on a football pitch. So I get it. I see why the referee's done it. I think I'd be disappointed if I lost the game over it, if it changed the outcome.
And if the referee had blown his whistle immediately, none of us would have said anything other than, oh, it's hit the referee, it's a free kick in the centre circle, on we go. Yeah. But I think it's unfair. I'm not saying Chris Davis was at all. I think it's unfair for anybody to characterise that as a massive howler.
Yeah, I mean, you reading the law there shows that he's entitled to make that call, and he's made it. And obviously didn't know that it was going to lead on straight to a goal, so I think that area of the pitch was key.
And what do you say that? Oh, well, Stansfield got a first touch, but he was immediately crowded out of it. I mean, well, where do you stop then? You know, he had
exactly.
Anyway, listen, we knew him coming off the bench, and we were saying while you're up your ladder at half time, well, Kyogo can't have many more opportunities to miss before he's, you know, given the hook. And we know when Jay Stansfield comes up, and as you said in commentary, the positions that he takes up, what's on his mind?
He just started to drift into areas. He had a couple of opportunities. He was waiting for them. He looked sharp. He looked bright, whether he went short, whether he went long. But he's just looking around. He's on his toes. He's waiting. Here it is now. That moment which gives him the space initially is the key point here. The strike isn't amazing. It isn't clear. It's not into a corner. But he gets it towards goal, he gets a bit of luck with the deflection, but it's the first touch initially that gets it out of his feet, which gives him the space, a player in confidence, and it had to be him, didn't it, who made the difference for Birmingham.
As the ball comes towards him, Matt, he knows he's going to do that turn, doesn't he? He's thinking, OK, I know exactly, I've got such spatial awareness, I know what I'm going to do next.
It's composure, isn't it? And his calmness, and like I say, he's on that, you can tell he's concentrating so hard with his left foot just to keep it down and hit the target. And that's the key, they didn't hit the target enough tonight. Birmingham, you look at the amount of efforts, 20 and only 5 on target. So him having that focus to hit the target has won the game.
I think from Chris Davis's point of view, he has to think, doesn't he? We made heavy work of winning a game here, which we should have won comfortably, having had all the chances on Friday night and not won a game. And there's lessons for Birmingham in that.
Well, that's the thing. This is what he's got to realise, the next level, the bit of detail when you get into these key positions, however much control you have, you've got to be clinical. Kyogo had so many chances. The one where he went through one-on-one, tried to be a little bit clever to dink it over the goalkeeper. But these are the differences. And these teams will keep coming. They'll keep having the reinforcements off the bench. They won't give it up. I said it so many times in the Championship where you feel, how have you lost a game? You've dominated, but a set piece might come your way. And that is the next level for them.
It felt a little bit like Kyogo was then chasing it, wasn't he? Second half, he had a couple of wild lashes where he probably should have slipped it wide to Anderson once. And he just was then chasing that goal, wouldn't he?
Absolutely losing all composure. OK, Birmingham have won it by 2-1. A really dramatic night here at St Andrews. That man involved in the equaliser, the winning goal, Ruben Selles. 2 defeats from 2. More reaction and analysis to come.
Hey, Harry.
Hello, mate.
What are your tips for the big game?
Your best bet is to head over to Bet Victor and have a few quid on the lad up top.
Listen to Harry and make your best bet at Bet Victor.
New Dove Men Plus Care.
Yes!
New Dove Men Plus Care helps neutralise odour-causing bacteria that thrive on stress sweat.
Yes! There you are.
Upgrade to 72-hour protection with new Dove Men Plus Care.
G'day.
It's Harry from Abergavenny.
How's that?
I forgot my brother-in-law only drinks fancy pants beer. What do I do?
Pour the amber nectar into an old jam jar and just call it something obscure.
Brilliant, thanks guys.
No worries.
It's called Voodoo Jazz Hat.
Foster's. Good call.
The Mazda CX-60 plug-in hybrid. Available with 0% APR representative and a £2,000 deposit contribution when ordered before the 30th of September 2025 and a 6-year Mazda warranty. Search Mazda.
Nice. Direct Line's just approved my business insurance claim. That's how it's done. If only potty training was done that way.
Wowzers. You alright? I'd give it a minute.
Mum, I'm going for a nap.
Direct Line. That's how it's done.
Weeknights don't have to feel like an uphill struggle. Come home to HelloFresh. super easy recipes. Seriously delicious dinners. The most important part of your day just got better. Nothing beats dinner time.
And here's the dining room. There's a lovely garden, plenty of room for a trampoline. It's beautiful.
Our relationship with money is formed from a young age.
Nice to meet you both. Well, we've seen a house we really like.
That's why we're here to help you take control and find a mortgage that suits you, whether you're buying, moving, or looking for a better rate. Barclays. Make money work for you.
All-inclusive to over 100 destinations. Adventure awaits on a Morella cruise. Atoll and app to protect it.
That's very impressive, Angela.
Oh, my smart meter display. Oh, yes, thanks to my smart meter, my energy company rewards me when I move my energy use to off-peak times. That's when I do the laundry. I do the gardening off-peak too.
Oh, so it pays to be flexible, Angela.
It all helps, Albert.
Get rewarded for using energy flexibly, only with a smart meter.
At Money Supermarket, our mission is to help you be better off. That's why we'll give you a £15 reward when you switch your car insurance. And when you keep switching your household bills with us, we'll give you even more rewards. See how much you could save today with Money Supermarket.
Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at the other first round ties that have been played this evening. Barnsley beating Fleetwood 5-4 on penalties. A lot of penalty wins this evening. 3-3 between Bolton and Sheffield Wednesday. 4-2 winners on penalties. Cheltenham 2, Exeter 0. Huddersfield beat Leicester 3-2 on penalties after it finished 2-2 in 90 minutes. And Birmingham's 2-1 win here against Sheffield United. We'll have a comprehensive roundup of all the action in our highlight show tomorrow night, ITV4 from 8:15. Jay Stansfield got the winner and was involved by accident, really inadvertently, in the equaliser, is with us. Let's start with the winner then. And the way that the club and the team have started this season, how happy are you with what you've seen in the last two games here from Birmingham?
Yeah, really happy. I think we're taking confidence from last season into this season and not getting too ahead of ourselves, but making sure that people know that we're here and we're ready to compete. And that's the main thing on a game day, is to make sure we go out and compete with every team, no matter what team it is, and show the best version of Birmingham City.
And Michael was saying when you came on, that immediately the positions that you were taking up, you had that sort of steely-eyed determination to get yourself, didn't you, into those goal-scoring positions?
Yeah, I think this season it's going to be obviously a different league, and it's going to be maybe a much, not different space, but there's going to be different spaces in and around the number 6 and in and around the defenders to be able to exploit. So if I'm playing as the 9 or the 10, being able to switch my head in my game mode of where them positions I'm going to take up. And obviously tonight I started as the 9 and then went as the 10, and just learning how to get in them areas to score goals.
Well, on that, which one do you prefer? Where do you feel more of a threat or more comfortable?
I think obviously last year I played as a 9 quite a bit, in a tough league where there wasn't much space, and it sort of was one of them where you got to try and make your own luck and try and get the goals that way. But this year I think as the 9 there's going to be much more space in behind and things, and that's obviously part of my game that I enjoy doing. But obviously with Kyogo coming in, I think we've got a really good relationship already in 2 games, so I think we're going to try and hopefully get together a front 2 or a 9 and a 10 and hopefully play off each other and do our best.
Yeah. Jay, it was really noticeable, though, that you had already decided where the space was going to be when you scored the winning goal. You thought a space ahead, hadn't you, a second ahead as the ball came into you. Well, if I make the turn here, then I'll have an opening.
Yeah, I think when the ball drops in the box, I sort of having my head where the defenders are coming, and a lot of people say I don't trust my left foot enough, and maybe I just swung it there, and hopefully it took a deflection. But no, I think there's 2 goals from my left foot this season already, and that's something I want to add to my game. Is not the easier goals, but the goals that I should be scoring that I might have missed last year, or in my future that I've missed, and just putting them goals away and scoring as many as possible this season.
There's a lot of focus on that left foot, just getting the clean strike, wasn't it? I mean, like we said, there was a lot of chances, not enough probably hit the target this season, but was that in your back of your mind thinking, I've just got to hit the target here?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you see defenders sliding in like that, it can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think I took 2 deflections tonight and went in, but if you don't take that shot on, then you're not going to score. So that's sort of something I've learnt as well, is in and around the box, get your shots off early, and yeah, anything can happen.
It's easy, this scoring goals, isn't it? You seem to enjoy it, but there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders the second you came into the football club. Now it's the next division, lots of players coming in. What's next for you? How are you finding the challenge?
Yeah, I think last year was challenging. A lot of people looked at it as different ways and different opinions, but that's football, and I just had to learn how to deal with all of them different things, and it's only made me a stronger person. And this season, it's going to obviously, new competition comes in, but we're a team at the end of the day, and this club wants to go to one place, and it's going to take the whole squad to be able to do that. So for the club to bring players in like Kyogo in the forward positions and people like that is good. It's good to have competition like that. An amazing player, and for me, I'm still learning. So to learn off someone with goals like that is special for me, and it's a privilege to be able to play with such good players at this club.
Jay, just a quick one before you go. I think we've all learnt a lot about the law this evening. Have you learnt about the law as well when the ball hits the referee?
Yeah, I think it's one of them things that referees make decisions, don't they? And obviously the ball's hit him, and I've taken 2 touches, and apparently that's the rule. And we didn't know he was going to zing it in the top bins.
Well, none of us said no. But I think we, to be fair to the ref, we've all felt that even though you had it only momentarily, it does go back to you. Therefore, Birmingham did keep possession of the ball. So by the letter of the law, it's probably fair enough.
Yeah, I think so. But like I said, we didn't know he was going to zing it however many yards that was. But we had a good reaction, and that's the main point, and we got the win. So then decisions go against us, but we just got to react and get on with it.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Thank you very much for talking to us. Really appreciate it. Have a good season. Thank you very much indeed. That's Jay Stansfield. Let's hear from Ruben Sellers, the Sheffield United manager. Here he is with Gabriel Clark.
Ruben, an eventful night. Did the better team win in the end, though?
Well, we knew it was going to be difficult, and I think they have more situations than us in the first half. I think the second half we managed to come back to the game, to be more competitive. Gustavo put the goal in an amazing moment, and then we need to manage the game better at the end to keep that 1-1.
Was that the disappointing thing? It almost felt like you were in your strongest position in the game when they scored the winner.
Yeah, I think it was potentially one of our best moments, yes. But I mean, those things can happen. I think it was more disappointed. Part of the mistakes that we made in the first half were some of the basics that were not there for us. But it's part of the process for some of the boys, and we will need to take it as it is.
If anyone, I suppose, didn't deserve to be in the end of a defeat, it is Gustavo Harmer. What a goal!
Yeah. As I say, he's a really good player, and he had his moment today to put that in the net, and we should make that count.
Let's have a quick look at the second round draw, which took place earlier then, and some of the highlights. Bournemouth against Brentford, Wolves against West Ham in the southern section. In terms of the all Premier League ties, Bromley at home as well after their win against Ipswich. And Grimsby against Manchester United leaps out there. Birmingham will be home to Port Vale after that win. Every match on Sky, and we will tell you as soon as possible what game we are going to be doing in the next round. Grimsby against Manchester United is a great tie for Grimsby Town.
That's the blockbuster, isn't it? Like that's everyone looking at on some of the other draws. Maybe it's the bigger team against the smaller one, but they're at home. I think that's what sets up nicely. I think I look at Sheffield Wednesday via Leeds United. Looks a tasty one for me from that perspective. But it's interesting now. It starts to hot up, starts to get a little bit more interesting, I would say, as it starts to develop and the larger teams, the Premier League teams, come in. But yeah, it'll be good.
Absolutely. Matt, thank you. Been great to have you with us this evening back at your old club. Thank you very much. Michael, thank you to you as well. Plenty of racing to look forward to in the next few days. We've got the Racing League heading to Windsor tomorrow. That's from 4:45. Then on Saturday from 1:30, we have live racing from Newbury. That's all on ITV4. Next Wednesday, the ITV racing team are in York for the start of the Ebor Festival. That's always 4 days of cracking racing, which culminates with the Ebor Handicap, and that's over on ITV1 and STV. And a final reminder to join us on Saturday live from the racecourse ground as Wrexham take on West Brom. Our coverage underway midday ITV1 and STV. Well, they say keep right on in these parts, and that's what Birmingham did, winning it in the 88th minute to reach the second round of the Carabao Cup. See you next time. Bye for now.